Evil bastard.
We're alive.
We are live. Hello, people. We are live. And wait. Whoop, we're going.
Now let's set the record straight.
Yeah, let's set
no
that fucking record
the
straight.
Choice between peace and war.
That's fucking
but there's
right.
only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course with them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically.
Don't worry, you wish you'd had these weapons.
Because from our side, he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better red than dead, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard around the world? The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies,
I wonder what Ronald Reagan could have done with F-35.
There is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material complications. In great forces around the moon and the world, we learn their spirits, not animals. He said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty.
Good evening, Jerry.
We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
I gotta say, he's a good speechwriter. He's got a couple of ones that are actually better than that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. News on the flip side. That was Ronald Reagan.
His own speeches, Joe?
Some of them he did, or he definitely had a part in it. He didn't quit all of that until he started getting Alzheimer's. I think in his mid second term, I believe, he started getting. But you see, that's the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. He admitted he had Alzheimer's and he was going to be going out, and he had started giving more and more control over to his VP, of course, who we all know was George Bush, who would be the next president. So, but he was honest about it, whereas Biden tried to hide it. And I don't know if Biden himself tried to hide it, but his people sure have tried to hide it. I mean, they tried in every freaking way to hide it in any way they could. And they were, Denise, Ronald Reagan. Yes. We may play another one with some music later on, but there's a lot of patriotic stuff out there we keep on hand when we want to get a little crazy. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So we'll just start off with, here's Iran threatening the United States, and not just the United States, but Europe. I'm thinking, how fucking stupid can you possibly be? The U.S. will wipe you from the face of the planet, but wait, you're going to threaten the EU as well. And how do you possibly think you're going to win this war? You think Pakistan and Iran is going to give you all their nukes? Wouldn't matter anyway. We'd blow the fuckers up. And then we'd turn around and blow Pakistan and North Korea because they gave them to you. Yeah. So this is not a real idiot. Three of y'all could win. We would wipe you from the face of the planet. North Korea would no longer be a problem. Neither would Pakistan. And India's already said, they basically told Pakistan, get fucking froggy and jump. You don't have to worry about it. U.S. will hit you from this side, Korea hit you from this side, and we'll hit you from this side, and you'll be a dream again, and we'll be able to reclaim our territory.
Yeah.
So this is some dangerous shit going on right now. And then we've got the fucking ignorant idiot Canadians, Brits, and French. What is wrong with these three fucking idiots? So they're going to go back the Palestinians.
Hey, Kurt, they're going to back the Palestinians as a terrorist.
Yes,
state. I mean, what the hell?
I have no idea what that's about. And then the Democrats today are saying, almost all of them said, we don't want you selling arms to Israel anymore. Fuck you. They killed their baby killers. Somebody said, well, so the Israelis. I said, Israelis did not start this fight. They're just going to finish it. I said, you don't end the war half-assed. The United States has learned that over the years. Vietnam taught us a valuable lesson. If you're going to fight, you're going to fight to win. You're not going to fight to fuck around.
You go all in this case, you don't win at all. Yeah.
In this case, I mean, they were going around stomping babies' heads into the ground and then setting them on fire. And they walked into a field of teenagers, 14, 15, 16 at a concert and just mowed them down like, they didn't even have a weapon, not even a pocket knife on them. And they just fucking mowed. I mean, that's the biggest cowardly act you could ever done. So Palestine, I'm going to tell you, like I've been telling you, as long as you harbor these motherfuckers, you're as guilty as they are. Now, we both know before this happened, you knew where all these Hamas people were. You could have killed them. You could have took them out, or you could have told the Israelis where they were, but you didn't. And even right now, when they were hiding in hospitals and schools and other places, even after this war started, you could still have let the Israelis know where they were, which would have saved lives on your side and got rid of more of Hamas, but you don't. You harbor them. So you're guilty. Until you do such a thing and show them that you want them out of your country, you're fucking guilty. And I don't see any reason to stop this war until such a place that Hamas has been wiped from the face of the planet.
We don't have any laws that we can enforce in Iran, or Palestine or any of those countries. But if you help a criminal in the United States, aiding and abetting is what it's called, you're as guilty as for whatever crimes they do by helping them to flee justice. And that can be anything: bank robbery, murder, kidnapping, anything that the criminals do that you allow them to pass through and get away from the cops, that's on you. In this country, we can put you to jail for the same crimes that those criminals did, even though you weren't a part of the actual crimes.
Yeah, you can't harbor and abet anybody. So in this case, they need to be going. So then the number two at the EU says, not the EU, at the United Nations. So the United Nations guy wants to go do, I forgot how he said it. And the guy number two said, what are you, stupid? Do you want to risk that Russia and the United States and China become one? He said, do you really want to risk them three becoming allies? He said, there's no stopping them after that. It's going to stop them. Ain't nobody on this planet going to stop them. They're going to wipe us from the face of the earth and they're going to divvy up the planet.
Yeah.
He said, the EU couldn't stop them. That's for fucking sure. He said, nobody in Africa or South America could stop. He said, you could unite the whole rest of the planet. And they still couldn't stop them. He said, you can't risk getting these three on the same side. You just can't risk that. So at this point, you're at a point where you can't risk letting the United States, Russia, and China become an ally of each other. Not an ally that can go around wiping everyone from the face of the planet. It's, Europe knows that. And you notice that the EU didn't back Palestine, just France. And Carl, Britain's not part of the EU anymore. They left.
Yeah.
They gave them the big bird fucking finger. France is still part though. And I know some of the other countries like Germany and them weren't happy about this. Now, can you force the whole EU to back this? No. France is doing this because France is pissed about the deal they cut with Trump. That's what this is about. So France has all got their nuts all up in the air because they're mad about the deal they got cut. But the bottom line is their part, and as long as you're part of them, you have to abide by the deal. What is there? 29 countries now, and so it's just the way the game is played. So our sixth or seventh best ally is Germany, and our fifth is Japan. These are two countries we basically wiped from the face of the planet and allowed to come back. We didn't have to let them come back, people. That was out of kindness of our heart. We could have continued to wipe them from the face of the planet. We just didn't. Japan is a great ally now. They're good friends. We get along on a lot of places. We broadcast in Japan. We're broadcasting there right now. Shit, we're broadcasting in fucking North Korea. Let me tell you something. Shin Poop Face. What's his name? Kim Poo Face. Okay, Kim. Somebody shit on your face. Whatever your name is.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you. You buggy and you jump, and we're going to shove something so far up your ass it's going to come out your mouth. Just know that this is not some little shithole Ukraine you're fucking with here. We will wipe you from the face of the world. Do you understand that? From the face of the world. And China is not going to save you because China does not want to get in a war with the United States or even risk getting sanctioned out of existence. They don't have the military we have. They have more soldiers and more ships, but they're not nearly as trained, and their air force is about a third the size of ours. We will wipe them from the face of the earth.
So we have a growing ghost navy, which is the size of their navy now, which is manned.
So we're just not playing around with this anymore. And right now, as it is, we told China the other day, if you steal any more technology from us, we're going to wipe your fucking manufacturing out of existence. That's what they've been told. If we catch them any more times, still, because the only reason they're even close to us right now is because people in our country, citizens of our country, have been selling them technology.
Yep.
Well, you think they developed planes that look just like ours?
They're getting it from all over the place.
Yeah, so and Russia's a has-been, Mark. I'm sorry to tell you that. One, they don't have the citizens to do jack shit with. They don't have the money to really develop. They can develop new technology. Their Gen 6 fighter is going to be badass. Not like ours is, but it's going to be badass. Oh, no. Yeah, what is it? The J whatever, jackass, and what I call them, the jackass Chinese fighters. The J-20. Oh, yeah, it was made to go after the Raptor.
Yeah, make it look.
Let me tell you what, even the Chinese know it don't compete with the Raptor. And wait, it's far worse than that because Boeing won the contract on the 47. That's our new Gen 6. So I happened to catch this thing last night. By the way, they're flying, in case anyone didn't know that. They are actually what do they call them? Something 47, F-47. No, they're not F-47. They're something else. Whatever X-47 because they're experimental. And I think there's 7 of them right now flying. They are beastified. And wait, so they showed them in flight with their ghost ships. The bitches come along. They come along with 4 stealth ghost planes. AI run planes that are also controlled by the pilot when needed to be. They're very expensive, so they're not really built to be sacrificed, but they will if they have to be. They will sacrifice themselves to save a pilot. But we don't really want to do so. Can you imagine this thing? It has stealth like nothing we've ever seen before. Hey, hello, Roseanne. How you doing? I mean, it makes our stealth today, which is the best in the world, look like jack crap. It can do maneuvers that no plane we've ever had can do. It is faster than Mach 2, and the guy kind of said it's faster than Mach 3. So now we got a fighter jet that can do Mach 3 plus. It has 1,000+ mile range. It is ridiculous, and actually don't even look like that anymore. It looks a little different.
Yeah, this is the rollout. This is the A model.
Yeah, it's got more engines now.
It's a full-size drone. That's
the drone. That could be. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so here's the B model, also an unmanned drone, I believe.
See, those look like the ones that flew with it looked a lot like the 47, except where the cockpit would be was flat.
Yeah,
there was no cockpit area there.
That's the B model, and now here's that's nice, folding wings.
Yeah, they're showing that for the Navy. Navy wanted to make sure they were getting some.
Let me go back one. We can get to see.
It's on YouTube. You can see the whole thing. And I caught it by accident last night. I was actually watching something. I was watching about. I was watching Mua Mua last night when I caught this. So this thing can target 100 targets at a time. And it can carry enough armor to wipe out 100 targets at a time. This is not including its 3 stealth ships that are flying with it. So in other words, this thing can fly in and take out multiple wings at a time. So let's say China launched 5 wings against our 1 wing. No, they're dead. First off, it can see them long before they can see us. And it's got this new weird radar thing it's got that you can't even you can't even feel or see the radar. You don't even know you're being pinged. See, today you know if you're being pinged, the thing sets off. You know you've been pinged and something's coming for you. Oh no, you don't even know. And the new missiles, you can't see them either until until it's up your tailpipe and you're praying to your mama.
So when they're moving at 7, 8, 9,000 miles an hour, that's that's fast.
So now plus the 3 drones can work as distractions. So in other words, the big plane can come in, roll out, and start launching, and these planes can come across. So you're looking at these 3 if you can see them, which you can't. But if you do get invisible sight, you can see them. So you're looking at them. You don't even know number 47's over here just launching missile after missile after missile after missile after missile until you're all wiped out. It's a badass beast. But it's still not the version that Jay and I have been looking for, the space version. It's Lockheed's going to work on that. So Lockheed didn't win this contract. So Lockheed said, since the F-22 is still the most advanced thing on the planet, we're thinking that we need to make something like that could go in space. I'm like, yeah. Don't think the Chinese ain't working on it, people. Chinese stole a lot of our technology, but they're very bad and they're very badass. And so Vladimir Putin the other day said, I don't understand why the United States isn't sharing F-22 technology and why it's only being kept in the U.S. in low numbers. And one of his generals told me, said, because those 180 planes that they own can wipe out our entire Air Force, Mr. Putin. They don't even let them come out here because they're just for home. That. Yeah, he actually said that. Yeah. And this was on Russia State TV, no less. And my boy, who I've been on Russia State TV a couple of times, and my boy who brings me on actually sent it to me. He's like, Joe, you can't play this on air. I said, yeah, I know it's from your TV, but he basically told him, do not send any Air Force into the United States ground. You're going to die. He said, plus that, no one knows how many air-to-ground missiles we actually have across the country. We know there's a lot on the East Coast. There's not as many in California. I don't think they like y'all. Yeah, there's not as many out there. I think y'all going to be fucking target practice. I think Cali's going to be target, but we got a lot of military assets in California. So, and we can pop up planes. So the United States can field 1,000 planes over its airspace in a matter of about 35 minutes. So any missiles, drones, or anything else coming in, they can pretty much handle that. And that's not including this new drone force they were talking about. So they were saying by 2026, the United States will have over 200,000 drones ready to go.
Damn.
Not little drones. These are sophisticated drones. And wait, they carry little drones. So some of these motherfuckers carry up to 100, 150 of these little drones that can go out and blow shit up. And some of these little drones have 5 or 6 or 8 little bombs on them. It's crazy. It's so the U.S. isn't playing. Also, there's going to be some new upgrades to our next carrier. In the invert sides, they're going to put them in there. So they're going to carry up to several hundred drones. I think they set up to about 2,000 drones. And these drones are for the carrier itself. They call them buzz drones. So if a jet's coming in or missiles coming in, they open a hatch and they go, woo, whatever's coming in, they don't have to destroy it. It hits the drone and destroys itself. In other words, it can't penetrate the line of drones. It doesn't matter that it's traveling at a hypersonic speed because these are close to the ship.
It's a countermeasure. It's not a weapon.
It's a countermeasure. And it's a damn badass countermeasure. So, yeah. And then China was bragging about, our carrier is unsinkable. And one of our generals said, you do remember the last ship that said it was unsinkable, what happened to it, right? It's at the bottom of the ocean. He said, let's not go there. He said, I can tell you now, China, we can sink that raggedy carrier.
I was watching the new Hollywood Squares, and allegedly, I guess I didn't fact check this, but they said that there is a new ship that's built to resemble the Titanic called the Titanic 2 that will be launching. I don't know when, but soon. Shit. And the question was, would you want to get on it? And it's going to take the exact same route from Ireland to New York as the original took. So
the thing about the Titanic, it was actually unsinkable if, for some reason, when they built it, so when they put the walls and structures, the main structures up, they didn't cap them. So the water just filled up and rolled over, filled up and rolled over, filled up and rolled over. See, in ships today don't do that. It hits a metal stop and it stops. There's nowhere for it to go. It was a design flaw. That's what sunk it. That's actually it shouldn't have sank from that one iceberg. It should have been able to go on about its business. And other ships have been hit by icebergs and not sank. It was.
They were also able to determine, even if they had capped all of those different chambers off at the top, the other problem was that the iceberg actually like went boom, 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 like a staple gun or a nailer, just poked a hole every like 20 feet down the side of the boat.
Yeah, but that shouldn't have sunk it. That should have just listed it, because the other side would have been still full of air.
Yeah.
So it would have been like this. It had just been cruising like this. But it was a bad design flaw. And by the way, Jay's talking, I just made it faster to sink it, because punching all those holes just allowed the water to get in faster and to just go over. So it was a bad design. I don't know who thought about that. Somebody, well, it doesn't matter now. I'm sure they're dead.
The guy who designed it was on it. He went down with it.
Well. Well, I guess he paid his price. Jeffrey, the 47's a beast. We've showed it on here a couple times, but there's a good video on YouTube that was showing the battle between Lockheed and Boeing to get it. Martin Marietta dropped out. They decided they're going to go back to building bombers. So they've got a new concept for an invisible bomber, not a stealth bomber, but an invisible bomber. You know, like the invisible planes.
Oh,
wow. Should be out within about 3 years. What you going to do an invisible bomber you can't see?
Paint, right? Is that?
Yes. No, this is some kind of electronics. So the U.S. Army has.
It's a series of LEDs and cameras on all sides of the craft.
Mirrors.
So the cameras on the top project what they see on the bottom, and the cameras on the bottom of the plane project what they see on the top. So if you're above it, you see the earth. If you're below it, you see the sky.
So in the movie Predator, that alien had one of those. So the army actually been having this for about a decade now. The problem was, the first time they built it, it worked great. You didn't see nobody. They just looked like all the bushes. You only seen him when he moved. It was badass. But the fucking battery weighed 82 pounds. Plus all the rest of the equipment, you're packing about 160 pounds. No Army Marine guy going to be able to do that for long periods of time. So now the battery, the battery is at 22 pounds. So, so now they can go into a combat, turn it on, and just disappear. Well, what do you mean if they're inside of an office? It would still project all the office around, but it would be offset off the wall. You'd be like, what the hell? By the time you realize it was, you'd be dead. So
yeah, it'd be too late.
Well, we got bullets that chase you now. Did y'all know that? We got bullets that can see around the fucking corner.
Yep.
Oh man, we got some serious shit going on out there.
Oh yeah.
Heat-seeking bullets. Screw heat-seeking bullets. These things are way more advanced than anything heat-seeking.
Well, there's ones now that well, not only can they can the scope they can see your heart.
Thank you, Roseanne.
Through your body, but what they do is I don't know how it's done, but the operator of the gun chooses the target, and that bullet will go to that specific target. No matter how that guy tries to get away, it'll follow it.
It's not heat seeking. It's something else it locks into.
Yeah.
Somebody said it locks into some kind of wave off the individual. Yeah. Now, these are all stuff we're building. Some of this stuff is in action now, some not. Like the 47, they are flying. They were showing them flying. They were showing the way its scanning system works. It's very weird, very unique. Nothing I've seen like any other plane. And even though the F-22 and the F-35 are very advanced, these are wicked advanced. I mean, this is something, just looks like something out of sci-fi. But anyway, that's just to get us warmed up. So now we're going to start out with the fun stuff. So for all my Democrats out there listening tonight, fuck your asaholio, okay? Just start out and get it right out of my face now. So I'm tired of hearing, oh, what about Trump? What about Trump? What about Epstein? Okay. Where was all this Epstein when Joe Biden had everything for 4 years? Let's not forget, Joe Biden had everything you're talking about for 4 years. Now, according to Joe Biden's DOJ, two things. One, there was no official list of names of people who were doing a pedophile. They said Epstein wasn't that stupid. Their words, not mine. They also said that, what the hell? Because no, really, that's what they said. They also said the other list was about the victims, which could not be released because it's about the victims.
Yeah, because they're all
They don't want to.
victims.
Yeah, they don't want to make it public because it's not any of your fucking business. So if you were a victim that was being probed up the ass by Donald Trump or by, which we know, Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton was over there. Let me show you how to. Let me show you a surprise. He reminds me of the ape guy on playing the doctor. He said he's got both hands in it. He said, "Let me show you something magical."
Yeah,
I can see Bill using that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so the guy's bent over a table getting ready to have a prostate exam. He's got both eyes and hands in there. He said, "Let me show you something magical." You still don't get it? Oh, I don't know what to tell you. We can't go there. We can do a lot of things in this show, but that's not one of the things we can say.
Makes it an X rating.
Yes, that gives a whole different rating. Well, because I'm tired of hearing about it. So let me do this a different way. So they had it for 4 years. They knew Donald Trump was going to run. They knew Donald Trump was pissed. Okay. Now, they've tried every law way they could get him, but not that one. They didn't try to go after him as a pedophile. Why not?
If they had even a wink of evidence that he was a pedophile, he would have been in jail for. He didn't.
And you can bet your ass whoever was on that page, even if it was Bill Clinton, they would have sacrificed their asses to get Donald Trump, but they didn't.
That's exactly why they had to force the 36 convictions they did get against him, because they had to reset, like you said, repeatedly when we talk about this. They reset the laws. They made it from state to federal. I don't know how the hell they did it, but they made it so the statute of limitations was increased so that they could go after him for these crimes that they couldn't go after him for.
Yeah, what they did was they took it from being a state law, from being a state crime to a federal crime, which everyone's still looking at. How the hell is that even legal? Well, they're not really working on it right now, but I forgot the appellate court, is that what they are? Said they're going to probably overturn those convictions because they didn't think they were illegal. So Trump's busy with other stuff right now, so he's not really worried about that. He's already in the office. It's not that big of a deal for him. So
he wasn't worried about the trial when he was going to those trials before he was convicted, and he's still not, because he knows it's a bullshit conviction. It's a completely, and I think that most of the country can see it. It's just that there's those few, I guess, appellate court people who have to do their due diligence or whatever. It's a political attack. That's all that it was.
So I was listening to this communist today who's going to try to be the next mayor of New York talk about
that idiot.
They said, well, he said, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and Trump won't be able to come here. And the journal, the reporter next to him started laughing, and he got all mad. He said, you do realize he's the president of the United States. He's not the mayor. He's not your governor. He's the president. And if he wants to fucking come here, there's not a fucking thing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And if you try to stop him, they will arrest you and put you in some deep, dark hole out at Area 51. He said, so you better watch your fucking mouth, little boy. And he wanted to get all mad. And then he kind of got to thinking about it, and he just left it alone and went on to something else. Well, no, it's not just there. It's not just there. In Minnesota, they're trying to install three socialist communists. Yes. And we're pretty sure Tim Walz is one of those. He was one of those. But these three right now, there's three new ones coming up. And the one guy, when you look at him, you're thinking, you wouldn't let this motherfucker in your neighborhood, much less run anything you got in your country. And then he's talking about how he's going to unite whatever country they're from and start bringing more and more of them into the United States. Yeah. Is that where they're from? I'm thinking, you better watch that idea. You might start getting people assassinated. Or you might get yourself assassinated. You never know when it comes to that kind of stuff. I wouldn't bother. Assassinating him, I wouldn't even waste my time. What are you talking about? Trust me, he's going to end up in a bad way, even on his little own self. He won't have to worry about it. Besides that, all this other stuff going on. So a lot more documents came out about who today, about Uncle Obama. So a lot more documents came out. So the FBI so get this. So the Kash Patel finds a bunch of documents inside of a burned envelope inside the FBI, unburned. So what happened is whoever they sent to burn these probably said, I'm not burning them. I'm not breaking these laws. Fuck you. And he didn't burn them. Oh, man, they're damaging. And then what's his name? Was it Mueller? Whoever did the first investigation? Well, I can't. Was it Hazel? Whatever his name is. He just released all of those documents. And then, of course, Chelsea is released a bunch of her documents. It looks bad, people. It looks really, really bad. Unfortunately, I always said I didn't think Obama was going to go to jail. I don't know now. It looks
So
bad
what do
for
the new
Obama.
documents reveal?
They reveal that there's no ifs, ands, or doubt that Obama is the chief behind this. That started all this. Him and Hillary. They said he was trying to get his third term through Hillary, and somebody said that they thought that Hillary might make him his VP, her VP.
Yeah.
So what you and I have talked about before. So I don't know, but these documents are really
I think he
revealing.
got his third term through Biden. I'm fairly certain he was pulling.
Nah, I don't. I hate to tell you, I don't think that was even close. Because you know what, Obama's not that fucking stupid. It's,
Biden is, and I think somebody. Well,
you want to know who was running the country?
Biden allowed somebody to get a hold of that auto pen.
There wasn't one somebody; it was 3 or 4 somebody.
Yeah, several somebodies. But he gave away the keys to the kingdom to these 1 or 2 or 3 people, and said, "Here you go, write your own way." And then
I don't even think he knew, and it's not just that. There was executive orders signed. I don't even think he knew what was in them. So when you go back and look at this, and I was listening to an analysis about 2 days ago about this. So a bunch of people in the beginning thought maybe it was Obama, but then they got to reading stuff. And then they said pretty much the same thing I said. Obama's just not that stupid. So they think his wife did some of the things. Remember, his wife went and tried to sit in on a Pentagon briefing. They had to ask her to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They
had to tell her to leave, or they were going to have someone escort her away.
Yeah,
that's how insistent she was on staying.
Yeah, she did not have a clearance. She didn't have a clearance to be in the fucking Pentagon, much less at a briefing. So they asked her to please leave, and I guess she left. And then they found that. So if you go back and read some of the stuff that got put through, and some of the people that got let off, you can tell these were young people doing this. These were aides. I guarantee you 2 or 3 of his aides were using that auto pen. We're not talking aides people. We're talking people under the age of 30.
Wow.
Who are running our country. And now they're investigating into it, and they're pretty sure they know who 2 of them were. What do you mean, Clara? I'm not going to rule out that Obama didn't get 1 or 2 sites in there, but I think Obama went in and then said, you know what? I need to stay away from this. This is something that he thought maybe later on was going to explode like it is now, because remember, he's the guy behind all these investigations into Trump. Now we found out. So we found out first off that no one in the community, in the intel community, not in the FBI, CIA, NSA, none of them thought that Russia interfered in the at all. They didn't think Russia interfered at all. They also didn't think that what was it? No, now it went out of my head. But so they all that the Steele dossier was real. They thought it was fake. So these are number 1 people. So listen to this. So you got at least 5 different, like second and third people in the FBI, CIA came out and said, no, we don't think it's real. So Obama ordered them to adjust it so it sounded more realistic. And then Brennan took his CIA, because he was head of the CIA, and did the same thing. So, and then they released this secretly to the press, and the press went apeshit with it.
It's funny how these top secret, police organizations tend to lose information so willingly and quickly. I mean, if you're, a CIA type organization, you really shouldn't have information leaks coming out of your offices.
And that also tells you why we know that Trump's not on the Epstein list, because those leaky ass fucking organizations would have leaked it.
Oh, it would have been all over the news.
It would have been somebody in the CIA or one of these organizations would have, this page got out by accident. I'm surprised they didn't try to fake it, but I guess they knew sooner or later this was going to come out. Oh, we don't know exactly how this happened, but it got out, and it was an oopsie. Yes, it was an oopsie. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi.
That's what it was an oopsie.
Yeah. Oops.
So then, was it Brennan said that this ran up until the Hunter Biden thing with the cocaine and all this stuff, and what he did. So he started on the behest of Obama. He started that we got to stop all these social medias from talking, which is what they did, and let them know that this Hunter Biden laptop was a fake. But then that's true. That's what they did. And this is actually all intel's actually there's evidence to all of this. And then, of course, I don't know, was it 6 months after fuckhead had won, Biden, that is, it got released that, it probably was real. So the Russia, and poor Shitty Shift is in trouble now because he had a lottery. Somehow or another, Shitty Shift, he wasn't one in the senator back then, he was a House rep, got a lot of this released information and went on CNN and NBC and CBS and said, we got him now. We got him. Yeah, I've seen these documents from the CIA or from this agency or that agency. And it says, we got him. So not Mueller, but the other guy, Durham, came out. So they're going to release the whole Durham report. It is ungodly damaging to the whole Democratic Party. This may take the party out of being. There's no way they're going to win in 26, and I don't know if they're going to be able to win in 2028 because this will still be going on as that election approaches, and all the shit's going to be rolling out by then. And
I think they've had to run. I mean, they've been in control of the Senate and the presidency for like 70% of the last 100 years.
Let me go
easily. So
yeah, I got a bunch of this shit in my Facebook. Let me go see if I can find some of it. Oh, look, that's cute, Jay. Hello. Oh, and by the way, on next Wednesday show, we're going to have
Dolly Saffron.
Yes, she will be on, and we'll be talking about extraterrestrial contacts. Yes. See, I'll be sure to tune in for that one. Yes. What do you mean, Jeffrey Pritchard? What about him? What are you talking about? He's on before us. What about him? Oh no, yes, he's a liberal bastard. Is what he is. I love him. I love Jeffrey. Don't get me wrong. He's one of my good hosts, and I really like Jeffrey, but he's a liberal bastard. Not as liberal as his co-host is, though. His other co-host, not this one.
Oh yeah, Wham takes the cake. But I've been with Jeffrey on his show for the last 10 years now. Me and Wham separate duties every 3 Fridays. But we're the best friends. We met on Facebook, and we got into this. He and I got attacked by this whole UFO group about this one thing that I don't remember what it was, but it was funny as hell. And we don't get along with the politics thing, but when it comes down to the UFO paranormal stuff, I mean, we are right on it. So you definitely need to come and check out his show if you don't.
No, Dennis, he's a good guy. I like Jeffrey.
So
I like giving Jeffrey shit too. Oh, he's not coming on here. He won't come on here.
No, he might. I keep trying to get him on the chat, but he won't come.
Yeah, he'll have fun. He'll have fun in the chat, but if you can get him there, but he ain't coming on here. We're too hardcore for him, man. You don't get his ass kicked. That's all. You don't get
shit. The one year we had all I don't know 11 or 12 of us doing the presidential thing. I at one point I thought him and Michael Angley were going to get into it over the Pal Talk telephone and beat the crap out of each other. They were so angry.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, man. He takes his politics as seriously as we do. He's just a liberal, and then you know what? Sometimes the bastard's right, but still,
it's true.
He's a good guy. I like Jeffrey. He's been hosting for me for a long time, and I give him carte blanche on the network. He can run and do what he wants. Because he's a good host. What's that, Janine? No, he's a good host. He's allowed to do it. It's his show. We don't. How can I say this? We don't tell hosts how to host their shows. Now Stephanie's the manager, and if she wants something done, she'll tell you. But I mean, Stephanie, I'm sorry, Michelle.
Stephanie was a manager way back then when it was going down. So.
Stephanie Benetti has passed, and for some reason, last week or two, she's been on my mind, but. Michelle Doche is the host of the network, and she's a goddamn good host, and she's a goddamn good manager, and she takes care of everything for me. She makes my life very, very, very easy. So she also gets to do what she wants, but she knows what I want. Her and I talked a long time ago, a couple of years back. I said, this is what I really kind of want. But she does. She sets up the days the way she wants them. Yep. She sets up the runs the way she wants them. the way she thinks they need to be. And if I got a problem, I'll call her and tell her. But really and truly, she's really good at it. So why screw with it? I've always had this thing about don't fix something that ain't broke.
Yeah.
And in that case, it's not broke, so why fix it? No, she does a good job. She's a good friend, and she does a good job. And to be honest with y'all, we're very protective of each other. You know, I won't let anybody really, you know, we really are very protective. Well, because we've been friends for a while, and like I said, she gets to do what she wants. As far as hiring, firing, that's up to her. I mean, every now and then I'll send some crazy person to her just to make her crazy, like Emily. Y'all remember Emily? She said, "Joe, you know she's crazy, right?" I'm not. I said, "She's gonna be okay." She got hired and fired like 3 times, and she said, "Joe," I was like, "All right, we'll let her go." Because Emily was, you know, she was a little crazy. She's a good host, but she's a little kind of nutsy, and you know, she was out there. We'll just say it like this. This came into me today. Blame DEI. Poll reveals less Americans believe in racial discrimination against blacks. Oh, well, that's kind of harsh. In some ways, I can understand that. You know, when I talk to my black friends, they don't really feel discriminated against. And I live, by the way, in the blackest state in the union. So, yes, I do. And I used to live in the second blackest state in the union. I've never had any problem with blacks. We all get along fine. We like to go boating together, drinking together, smoking together, eating together. It doesn't seem to be a problem. If there's going to be a problem, it's usually going to be black on black or white on white. Yeah. Matter of fact, most of the time when you see a fight, it's 1 of the 2. It's not against each other. Well, just to put this in, I was in Biloxi a while back, and I was doing Essence Week, and it's all pretty much all black beach at that time. And these 2 white guys got in a big fight, right? These 2 big old boys too, Marines, I guess, the Air Force. I don't know. They knocking each other out. There's a circle of black people just laughing their asses off. I walked up, I'm looking. I'm sitting there. He said, "You're not going to break it up?" I said, "Y'all?" He said, "Well, no." I said, "I'm getting in the middle of that shit." I said, "It's not black or white." I said, "It's 2 idiots beating the crap out of each other." And then finally, I seen a cop coming, so I went by the guy next to us and grabbed a bucket of ice and just threw it on the top of him. And both of them were looking around. I said, "I'm the one that did it. Let's not go getting into no fights. I'm the one that did it." I said, "You see the cops coming?" "Oh, shit. Thank you, man." They just disappeared into the crowd, which was hard to do because they had 2 big old white boys in an all black crowd.
Yeah. You kind of stick out like a sore thumb there.
No, yeah, it was funny. Everybody was having a good time. So, I mean, you're seeing a much different phase, especially in the South. And it's hard for, you know, I didn't realize this until about 10 years ago. The North is very racist.
Yeah, I was about to say, the racism that you see down south is, you know, black people know that certain white people don't like them, and they know who those people are, and they are able to avoid them. Up here in the northern, what I've noticed in the northern states, they're friendly to the black person. As soon as they turn away, they start going off on them in a racial, you know, taunt.
Well, you know, my son's
weird.
My son's in an interracial marriage. And he was just in Minnesota not too long ago. Matter of fact, they went up to Salem and places like that. They were all over up there. You know, they were actually asked to leave more than one restaurant because they were a black and white couple. Now, see, down here, that shit wouldn't fly. No, that would not fly down here.
Yeah.
And
well, look what happened in Cincinnati.
Well, you can't stop there.
A gang of black people just jumped these white people and they knocked a girl out.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen that. It's you see that you're not going to see that down here. That's just not going to fly. It's down here. I think it's different because, well, a couple of reasons. One, New Orleans is full of parties. Okay, and everybody wants to go party. So if it starts being a problem between blacks and whites, they won't have any parties. I mean, there's literally a festival every weekend, sometimes more than one on a weekend. So everybody wants to go have a good time. So everybody leaves each other alone. And matter of fact, most of them party together. It doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. And it probably hasn't been for a while.
No.
But up north, it's, you know, I got a lot of friends not as many friends in Chicago I had before, but a lot of my back friends in Chicago have left and moved home. And when they got home, now there's 2 good friends of mine. They're in their 50s now. They're both lawyers, pretty powerful lawyers. And they were getting picked on and people were messing with them. It got so bad they hired security. He said, "Well, Joe, how's it down there?" I said, "It's fabulous. You won't have any problem down here." They came down and spent a month. That was it. They sold their house and moved home, and they love it down here now. It's because it's a whole different world. So when they left here 50 years ago, it was still kind of racist, but it's changed. I mean, it was like, I want to say it was overnight. You know, it wasn't. It took all that time to do it, but it's not like it was. And when it comes to jobs or discrimination, it really isn't something that goes on anymore. I'm not saying that there's no cases at all, because I'm sure there is, but not like there used to be.
It is 100% different. I've lived down in the South for 13 years. It's like I said, the discrimination down there, it's not as prevalent, for one thing, but there are people that are anti-black and anti-white. And
going to be some,
and they tend to avoid each other, and it seems to work. Up here, like I said, in the North, it's a lot more prevalent. You see businesses more doing it than individuals, but like with your son, businesses kicking mixed racial couples out and other kinds of things of that nature. But also the thing is that it's in their face. They don't try to hide it. Down south, it's out in the open. Up here, it's like it's prevalent but hidden. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. A friend of mine, because he was where was he just recently? Oh shit, he was in y'all's home. He's in Pittsburgh, and he was telling me, he said, yeah, I'm up there. He said, it was in Pennsylvania, and we were in Pittsburgh hanging out. And he said, these people started giving me some shit because I'm black. He's barely black, to be honest with you. He looks like a white guy with a good tan. He was somewhere in Pittsburgh, and him and his wife, and he's got a white wife, and they started giving him a bunch of shit. I still remember when he said this. He said, I looked up at the guy and I said, all I can tell you is you should be grateful my good friend Joe's not here with Martha, because he'd probably shoot your fucking dumb ass. And the guy got really, really, really mad. And right as he did, he said, I have to warn you that I'm special forces. If you hit me, I have the right to kill you. Remember that. And he said the guy kind of hesitated, and then two guys kind of hesitated. And his wife said, he's not lying to you. And the one guy came up and he just hit him in the throat and just took him out. He said, who else wants to be next? And at that point, they just left him alone, because he was scared he was going to get, jumped by like 50 people or something. He didn't want to go there. And they got in their car, checked out of their hotel, and went to New York. He said, at least in New York, I know they're only half racist. And, but I really hasn't heard that many people in Pittsburgh being racist. And I got a lot of friends. Besides, I got a lot of friends up there. So I was kind of.
They're not.
I was just kind of confused by that. Where are we? Let me go find me. I gotta find me. Where's me? Where's me? There's
Honestly,
me right there.
Here in Pittsburgh, we're not racist at all.
Like I said, I don't. That's the first I'd ever really heard of it. So it wasn't a thing. I think we upset Leah talking about killing people.
She dipped out a while ago. I think she was driving.
Yeah, she's poor baby's always working, doing something, supporting that man. She needs to slap his ass around.
But no, she was hanging out with Liam like an hour.
Oh, she had the baby. All right, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think she's dropping him off, and then I guess she's driving back to her place now. So she'll be back late, probably after the next break, which is coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be on break. Oh yeah, we got to go break in a few minutes here. Now, let me throw this up on the screen right quick. Where am I? I got a couple of these things we're going to go through. So this is one of them. Let me get back where I can actually see what I'm talking about. So David Marcus, a Russian hoax is simply Democrat lied and half the country believed them. So he basically called the Democrats a bunch of fucking morons because they basically believed something that wasn't true. But in all fairness to the Democrats, every media in the country that was liberal was saying the same thing. So if you were watching CNN or MSNBC or NBC or ABC or CBS, you were being told that this was real, that this had happened. The Russians had hoaxed. Russian had helped Trump out when there was no evidence whatsoever, and both Durham and Miller proved that. And see, when I first heard about Durham, I thought Durham was going to be like he was going to be on the liberal side, but come to find out, he just was doing his job. Just like Mueller, he was doing his job. And there is so much evidence that kept piling on and piling on and piling on. So these two, this is Brennan and Comey, they're going to probably end up in jail. I'm not even sure at this point how they can't end up in jail. I'm not sure. Is this the one with the? Is this? Let's see if we can listen to it. There's one that's on Sean Handy. He's talking about it pretty good. Oh wait, this might be it. Let's see.
Sing a song, Jay.
Okay, let me switch over to this one. So that's why sometimes Facebook irritates me with their crap. I don't know when they started this. Let's see. Remove. It's not the one I want. Get out of there. Okay, let's go down. Yonder's got a Honda. Yonder's got a Honda. Where is it at? Is this it? Is this it? I think this is it. Let's find out. Yep, that's it. There's a couple of these with Sean Blamity going at it. So can y'all see? Oh, I haven't put him up yet. Y'all can't see him, can y'all? When this is over, we're going to take a break. Okay, where'd you go? There it is. Oh, Sean, you look so cute. You look so cute. I just want to pinch your little cheeky. No, you cuter than this old bastard. You might not have the money this old bastard's got, but you cuter than him. And you're going to hear in different things. You're going to hear this HRC. Well, HRC is Hillary Rodham Clinton. And as you see over here on the right, it says HRC approved. So she approved all of this that was going on. It was nasty. But anyway, let's put this on.
Thank you, Heidi.
You know what? This might be our break, people, because we are at 7, and this is 7 minutes long. So this might be our break. If it goes, this might be our break. Don't go. I said no.
Colon cancer. Also, I'm just on the porch.
People 45 plus.
Fucking idiots.
Risk, not high risk.
Oh, we got idiots on the planet.
Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
No.
We begin tonight, though, with a smoking gun. This has been the product of 7 to 8 years of coverage on this program, and that is the classified annex from the Durham report is classified no more. The newly revealed evidence might be more explosive than anything we have seen.
The Durham report has been opened up.
Seems to think so. As a reminder, Special Counsel John Durham, he was tasked under Trump's first term to investigate the sketchy origins of the Russia hoax, but for whatever reason, the material I am about to show you was designated as classified. Not revealed to the public until now. It can get confusing. We're going to go slow. We're going to explain it in detail. We begin with a truly stunning email. It's from July 2016. That was the month. No reasonable.
Yeah, pull us up a song for them. This is over.
James Comey said, you might recall.
Yeah,
anyway,
I got one.
2016, according to
you
the
got one. I sent you one for the second break,
Senator Chuck Grassley,
I see it.
a top Soros-backed Clinton ally. His name, Leonard Bernardo, wrote the following, quote, HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, approved Julia's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. That should distract people from her own missing email, especially if the affair goes to the Olympic level. Let me read that again. HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, approved the idea about Trump and Russian
what's going on?
hackers. Great idea, right? Emails continue. In the absence of direct evidence, CrowdStrike and Threat Connect, which are DNC-linked tech firms, will supply the media, and they're all too willing to take it. This was on July 27, 2016, just 4 days before the FBI decided to open its investigation into so-called Trump and Russia. Operation Crossfire Hurricane, it later became known. Now, is this an insane coincidence? Well, we report, you decide. And it gets so much worse. A prior email on July 25th, 2016, from that same Clinton ally stated the following, quote, Julie says it will be a long-term affair to demonize Putin and Trump. Now it is good for a post-convention bounce. Later, the FBI will put more oil into that fire. And then to make matters even worse, according to reports, the Julie, who we just mentioned, was a longtime national security advisor who served under Obama. Now, the purported author of that email denies all wrongdoing, but are you connecting the dots? Based on these emails, declassified today, Hillary Rodham Clinton approved the Russia hoax against Donald Trump as a political smear and a campaign that was seemingly coordinated between the Clinton campaign, the White House, and that would be Obama's White House, and Comey's FBI and Obama's CIA. That would be under John Brennan. Now, the now declassified annex described it this way, quote, "It was a two-pronged Democratic Party opposition that is focused on discrediting Trump." It continues, quote, "Among other things, the Clinton staff, with support from special services, is preparing scandalous revelations of business relations between Trump and the Russian mafia," which never
hear this,
happened.
people.
As the
Nothing
New
was
York
real.
Post points out, the special services cited in one of the memos referred to intelligence activities of Obama's CIA and FBI. On this program, we refer to that as the deep state, which may have included the work of the Trump dossier author Christopher Steele. Remember, Hillary Clinton bought and paid for dirty Russian disinformation dossier. He's at the bottom of that. It's been totally debunked and full of lies. According to Tulsi Gabbard, her declassification last week, this was before then President Obama ordered John Brennan to come up with the second intelligence assessment in the winter of 2016 because they didn't like the original assessment that was completed by senior career CIA officials, rank and file. And they did not find any evidence at all whatsoever that Donald Trump was colluding with Russia. This takes us into December, well past the election, when they put out their report. But that wasn't good enough. That didn't fit the lying narrative. Brennan was so desperate to get this new report that he published it using material from Hillary's dirty Russian disinformation dossier. Now, despite serious objections from career agents in the CIA, according to all this declassified information, they were all against it. In other words, based on all the new evidence from the Durham Annex and last week's declassification from Gabbard, the Obama White House used the full force of the FBI and the CIA and, frankly, the White House to conspire with the Clinton campaign, utilizing Russian disinformation that they bought, they paid for, was bought by the Clinton campaign, first to stop Trump from winning the election. They thought she'd win. And then when she lost, to smear President Trump, delegitimize the election results, and cast a shadow over Trump's presidency, which, by the way, it did. We covered this story for 3 long years, almost night in and night out. As Senator Chuck Grassley put it, quote, "Intelligence reports showing the Clinton campaign may have been ginning up the fake Trump-Russia narrative for Clinton's political gain, which was ultimately done through the Steele dossier and other means, and yet the corrupt media mob happily pushed this hoax for years. They celebrated it."
Look, I think that the president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump. The question is, did Mr. Trump cooperate?
Unlike President Trump, he has no doubt the Russians hacked the election.
Mr. Trump is seeing more and more of the walls closing in on him, which is why he is becoming increasingly desperate.
The presidency is effectively a Russian op, right?
Look how happy they are there, Joe.
Rachel Mad Cow Matter. What was that?
International
Look how happy they are
against our country.
We'll talk about when this.
It's because their plan is working at this point.
Collusion.
Yeah, it's working hard too.
Russia hacked the election, and Russia is doing it again now.
This is why I said after Election Day, the legacy state-run media mob is officially dead. Peddling lies and conspiracy theories takes away any trust that you might have with the American people. This is
now it's just coming out. It's going to kill them.
I've never seen before. Everyone involved must now be held accountable so it never happens again. Now, tonight, in a lengthy statement, the Soros-backed Clinton ally in those newly released emails that were declassified today by Senator Chuck Grassley, well, their organization denied, quote, all wrongdoing. We've also reached out to
15
Obama,
seconds.
Clinton, Brennan, Clapper, Obama advisor, the one that was mentioned in the annex. We have yet to hear back from anybody. They are welcome on this program if they want to try to explain this.
I bet you they are, Sean. Go ahead, Jay.
All righty. You got to take yours down.
Good. We'll drop it down. Let me make sure nothing comes up.
Put mine in. And we are at break. Where's the play button?
Oh my gosh, Jay. Love it. Oh, KJ. Good
Probably one of their best songs ever.
It's the Beatles, mate.
It's the Beatles, but it's,
The
in
Beatles.
my opinion, one of their best songs ever because
It's the Beatles.
admittedly, it is one of the few songs that they admitted to recording stoned as fuck, and they were
I can see that. The
they were
Beatles.
so wasted playing this song. They were like on their 38th or 40th take, and in the song is a mondegreen, a misspoken lyric, and the lyric is Desmond puts on his pretty face, and in the evening she's a singer with the band. It's Marley is the singer in the band, is the girl in the. But they left it in there, and Paul, who was singing that song, actually says, "No, we leave it in there." And the other three said, "Yes, leave it. We're too stoned to play it any again. We're done." That's how they got this song together.
Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to News on the Flipside. I hope you enjoyed the clip. So, as you were listening, that was Sean Hannity that we were listening to his 7-minute clip on his show. Yeah. And that was the Durham report that was released by Senator Grizzly.
Senator Grizzly.
And Stone, man, and I got it wrong. Anyway, there's so much information coming out, and there's so much information coming out. It looks like it came straight from Obama's White House, both before the election and after Trump won.
And yeah.
And what it sounds like is they were stunned that Trump won. They were just, it's a good song too. But they were stunned that Trump won. You could tell.
None of that was
like Sean mentioned in the not Sean Hannity, but Sean Kelly, our Sean mentioned about how all the Democrats were all like, "Oh yeah, hey, look at this! The Russians did this, Russians did that." They were so happy because their plan, which was basically treason, their plan was working at that time.
Yeah, it was nonstop. It was steady. It was out to the media nonstop every day, and that's all you heard every day. You heard the media. We got him. Oh, he's going to prison. We got him. That's all you ever heard.
And I believe I said a lot of the times on this show about that whole scandal thing is that what they're basically doing is, they're paving the way for his next administration. Although it skipped 4 years. They've kept him in the news, at the brunt of the news, for the last 8.5, 9 years straight. You cannot buy that kind of advertising. I don't care how rich you are. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, they can't buy that much airtime. That much airtime of him being on the news every night in every city across this country bought him his second administration, and they were stunned that they did it, and it was their plan. The Democrats did this to themselves.
And we mentioned that on this show many times that they were going to win because he was giving him so much. He only spent $380 million on his press, and that was it. He didn't need to spend any more. I mean, it was constantly Trump every day,
on the radio, on the news, the public news, the local news, the city news, the state news.
And I think what people forget is whether it's bad or good. After a while, after just hearing it nonstop, it just becomes Trump. It's not whether it's bad or good. We're just going to vote for Trump. And besides, Benghazi was holding heavy on Hillary. Then Hillary went and erased all those emails, destroyed those computers, put her server guys in jail. I mean, she looked guilty. And then there's the thing about she paid for her daughter's wedding and then, of course, we're not even talking about all the other shit that happened before she was a senator. I mean, oh my God. What was it? White Gate or Watergate? Was it Whitewater or some shit when she was in Arkansas and all kind of other shit?
The Whitewater real estate scandal that her and Bill was into. And allegedly, was it 63 of their friends and financier friends died of weird gun accidents?
They didn't call her Hillary for no reason. I mean, a lot of people around Hillary died.
I'll be honest,
people died from that kind of thing.
I'll be honest with you guys. John F. Kennedy Jr. died with his wife and his wife's sister. And I have no doubt in my mind that Hillary had something to do with that, because John was supposed to be in the house, and when he died, Hillary jumped right into the house.
It was interesting how it all went down. Yeah, for a while he was talking about running for the Senate, and it took him a while before he actually did it, and then he died. There was a lot of reasons they said he died. There was a lot of bullshit. Well, it's like Seth, what was his name? The one who was working for Mr. Magoo. Anyway, what do you mean who's Mr. Magoo? Mr. Magoo, you know, Barney Sanders. That's Mr. Magoo. And if y'all know, okay, we'll do it better. He's how about Papa Smurf? There you go. Y'all know who Papa Smurf is. He looked like Papa Smurf. But anyway, this guy Seth Richards, is that who he was? Anyway, he was working for Papa Smurf, and Hillary had called him for a meeting because Hillary was trying to get him to come on her team. Hillary offered him a lot of stuff, and he said no. So then that same night, he was found dead on a sidewalk by a bar with all of his clothes, all of his jewelry, all of his money, everything, and no blood. It was a professional hit that was somewhere else, and then they laid him out in the street for a lesson. I have no doubt that was Hillary. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Even a rookie cop first year on the beat is going to know that a dead body on the streets of a city, even a minor city, with the full contents of the personage on him, like wallets and ID and money, it's a dead giveaway. No matter how long he's been there, he's going to have nothing left in his pockets because anybody who walks by a dead body is going to fucking rifle through it, especially if it's New York.
Yeah, well, this was, I think, in Boston or somewhere around Boston, but I think don't quote me on that, people, because I'd have to go check to be 100.
He was murdered somewhere else, A, and B. He even if he was there overnight, his belongings are still there. That means nobody wanted to go near that body.
So what was this? A joint statement on Iranian state threat activity in Europe and North America. So the following statement is released by the governments of Albany, Australia.
Albania.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Albania.
You can read that on there. Let me blow that up. I'll let you read it. There you go. Read that shit.
The following statement is released by the governments of Albania, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, the whole of Europe and the United States. In the United States concerning the growing number of state threats from Iranian intelligence services in our respective territories, meaning they have agents in all of those countries. Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. I think they're going to get blown the hell up.
Attempts of the Iranian intelligence services to kill, kidnap, and harass people in Europe and North America in clear violation of our sovereignty. These services are increasingly collaborating with international criminal organizations to target journalists, dissidents, Jewish citizens, and current and former officials in Europe and North America. This is unacceptable.
Okay, Iranian, I just want to tell you this, Iranian, just before you get stupid down here in the South, we will shoot you and kill you, and then we will feed you to the alligators. I'm just being kind and telling you ahead of time.
Don't come near my house. I don't have alligators. I have swords.
But I'm just to be nice with y'all. You ain't got to worry about me killing you. The damn little girl at the pizza shop will probably kill you.
I got an 85-year-old grandma, mother who's Irish. Come on down. She'll take care of you. 85-year-old Irish woman. Yeah.
He was just telling me that Israel was a big terrorist thing. I missed that. Let me go back and see if I can find it again. That's something else. That other stuff. Where did I blow this thing up at? Now I forgot how I did that. Oh, well. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, here we go. Steve McCullen. What is this, Steve?
McLaughlin.
Steve is all upset here. This is propaganda. Propaganda. Just tell me if you knew what propaganda. That's a big word for you, Steve. I'm not sure if you know what propaganda means. I don't
know how Israel is a terrorist organization when it was their citizens who were infants that were set on fire and then stomped to death by Hamas.
Yes, I'm not feeling the love there, Steve. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Oh, there he is. He's bitching underneath the thing. I say, oh, hi, Heidi. We see you in there. Oh, Michelle was on this show today. That don't look like Michelle to me.
Yeah.
No, it don't. Nope.
But she was on today. Annette, did you kick Michelle? Michelle will kick your ass, Annette.
Sean was using the slide from another show.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll fix that. Now, what do we got here? Let's see. What is this? What is this? Let me guess. I'll have to put it on another page so I can actually see. Oh, this. Wait, we gotta watch this. Hold on.
Smoking my pee? Is that what that says?
Yeah. Hold on. Can y'all see it? Is it up on the screen?
Smoking urine? What the? Holy
No, hold on.
shit.
Wait, hold on.
Hey,
Hey, Mark Eddie. Hey, Mark Eddie.
Let me see. It's not. Let me see. It won't let it up on the screen.
Currents are eddying in the chat room. Mark is here.
Oh, wait, I gotta find it. I got too much stuff. I gotta delete some stuff so I know where I'm at. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Which one is that? Where's the little uppy buddy thing? Yeah, this shit's just funny.
No. Hey, come on. You got to show that video of the idiot.
I'm putting it up right now. Where y'all at?
Real.
Okay, let me put it up there. Let me start it over.
Later, Kason.
Okay. Turn the audio on.
Well, you've been stopped here for 15 minutes. Can you tell me why that?
This is funny. This is funny.
Waiting for the stop sign to turn green.
How high are you?
Hi, how are you?
No, I said, how high are you?
Hi, how are you? This guy was so friendly, babe.
Okay, I am going to have to conduct a pot sobriety test.
I'm too high for that.
Blow into this?
Is that a breathalyzer?
No. Have you been smoking any pot today?
Oh man, that was just.
Well, you've been stopped here for 15.
It's just one of them doofy things that came across my screen when I was doing.
It's not real. That's staged.
Oh no, that's there. Yeah, well, it's not real. No, it's just kind of goofy, is what it is. It's just one of the things that when I was scanning through stuff today, I seen it and I was like, oh well, this ought to be fun to watch.
When you had the screen smaller on my end, it looked like she said I was smoking my pee. I'm like, what?
No, we're not smoking pee.
How do you even do that? It's wet. It's water. It's liquid.
Put that in a bong, baby.
Yeah, unless you dry it up.
I guess smoke it through the bong.
Put it in the bong.
Okay. People, do not put your pee in a bong and smoke it. We're just
don't do it.
There
a friend of ours in high school, his name was Sluggo. Poor kid's name. His name is Tim. I'm not going to use his last name, but he earned the nickname Slug or Sluggo because he used to keep his bong out in the woods behind his house, and he went out to go smoke a bong one day, and the bong hit, and there was a slug in the water. And he realized after he'd smoked the bong hit that there was a live slug in his bong. So we called him Slug.
Yeah, have some fun with life. It's
it's a true story.
Oh,
man. You can't make this shit up. You can't write
Joe,
this stuff.
Jay's
It's
feeling
real.
pretty good there, buddy. Jay's feeling pretty good. Look at this.
yeah, I'm telling you, but he's bonging it out, man. It's people. We don't allow bongs on this show. I'm just saying ahead of time.
No.
Yeah,
It's
that's what this is for.
we don't allow no smoking on air. Do y'all know if you smoke on TikTok, you will be thrown off? Anything,
Oh,
even
really?
a cigarette. Oh yeah, and YouTube's going to do the same thing.
Well, I mean, that's not surprising. So a lot of places, and I'm not sure Walgreens has yet, but CVS and Walmart and a few other retailers, not as large, but other local retailers, have stopped selling cigarettes and tobacco products altogether. So I mean, you can buy lighters at Walmart still, but you cannot buy tobacco products anymore.
Isn't that a bitch, man? For
Yeah.
you smokers out there in the world. I'm not a smoker, so I'm I can't tell y'all about all that stuff, but I used to smoke cigarettes way back before the moon used to come up, but not anymore. Oh wait, what is this one? This is Congress Nancy Mace. What does she got to say?
I have no idea.
I like her.
Let's see. What does she say? Oh, this stupid shit. Yeah, we'll have to listen to this. Let me find it on this thing right here. No, Gracie, we get a lot of these things. When I see what happened is I'm looking at stories. I get so much stuff that crosses all my phones, and I post some on to Facebook for us to use at night, and which we're going to get into some serious ones later on. But these are just this is actually serious, but it's kind of stupid and serious at the same time. That's the only way I can say it. It's kind of stupid and kind of serious at the same time.
Are we going to be seeing liberals losing it? Is that what's going to go on?
Oh no, this is
or just something just as good.
well, let me see if I can start it over. It'll let me start. Let me mute it right quick and let it run through, and then I'll start it on the thing. I know I got Pound Talk over there. I've seen a couple of y'all idiots on Pound Talk. I know because y'all like to raid the rooms. We seen that last week on the chat. The boys ain't gonna. I don't personally care, but the boys ain't gonna put up with y'all, especially if you start picking on Leah. They're gonna be nasty to y'all.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
I know y'all are just a bunch of losers, so I don't worry about it too much.
Yeah,
but
we booted quite a few people out of the chat room for saying some pretty uncool shit.
and, shit happens.
Yeah.
People have to get lives. They got to get their jollies somehow or another.
There's no way nobody should talk to anybody like that. Nobody.
I talk to people like that all the time, Sean.
Well,
don't say that. Don't
You're
say
my
that.
boss. You're my boss.
Okay, I can get away. I got you. I see how this works. Let's go see, where is this stupid thing at? Okay, let's post this up here right quick, and let's go ahead and put this on. So this is a congresswoman. This is a serious congresswoman. Okay, this isn't just some chump saying this. And here we go.
USAID awarded $1.5 million for providing a gender-sensitive response to migration at the Venezuelan border. Does this advance America's interests, Governor?
I have no position.
No position or no clue. The USAID awarded $2 million to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming health care in Guatemala. So to each of you this morning, does this advance the interests of American citizens paying for trannies in Guatemala to the tune of $2 million?
I have no position.
Parliamentary inquiry. The gentlelady has used a phrase that is considered a slur in the LGBTQ community and the transgender community. And let me please finish without interruption. And
Tranny. I don't really care. You want pieces in women's bathrooms, and I'm not going to have it.
Okay.
No, thank you. USAID awarded 1.5.
Well, this is actually quite a bit long, and I've seen the
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I seen the original version of it. So the other ones are answering in the original version. And one guy said, no, it's not. No, it's not. And then the other guy always says, I have no opinion on that. She tore his ass up several times, by the way. And but it shows you this is what our money was being spent on. And she had a long list. I mean, she only barely got through a quarter of the list. She was just tearing these guys a new ass. And I don't know. It's kind of funny. And this is a real senator. These people she's talking to are real people who are doling our money out. And she just had enough of it. She said, I just had enough.
Well, and we've spoken about this quite a bit. I mean, some of this money was found by Doge, and people are mad at the guy who found this corrupt stuff. Who spends $2 million for transsexual operations and studies in another country that's not our country? It's none of our business. A. B. What's the one, the condoms one? You remember that? It was $50 million to send condoms to some country.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Africa?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
It was like 3 countries, one in Africa, one in the Middle East, one somewhere else. It was a load of money.
I mean, and you know that people.
I'll go pass out condoms and give me $50 million.
They use them to keep their bananas from going bad.
It's a good use for them. Yeah, it's a good use for them. Keep their bananas clean.
Don't go there. Don't go there. I'm tired as it is.
What?
No,
keep all I do is keep their bananas clean. Don't be a hater, man. Come on.
I'm not hating.
You got to live in the jungle. There's got to be ways to keep your.
Sean, this is not a joke. This is real. In the 1980s, 83, 84, or something like that. I think it was one of Nancy Reagan's deals, First Lady. They sent aid workers and condoms to Africa to help stop the AIDS epidemic going on over there, and in order to demonstrate to both the women and the men of Africa how to operate the condoms, they peeled bananas and demonstrated how to put the proper way to put on a condom.
God.
This is for real. It's on the news. It was
I
all
learned how
over
to
the
use a
news.
damn condom.
And,
I mean, nobody ever showed me, but still, I thought it was
Right,
self-explanatory.
The people they're showing to, they didn't understand that the banana represented the penis. So what they did is they just used it to keep their bananas from going bad.
Okay.
They didn't use them for the intended purpose. They used them as a baggie for a banana.
Oh my God.
Yes, people are stupid. What can you say? Oh, we got this one. No, where's this one? I think this guy's. I think he's actually being sweet about Trump. We'll find out. I don't remember a second. So let's click it right quick on play. Let's click on that and click on play.
Wasn't Trump supposed to end democracy, crash the economy, and start World War III by now? Because that's what you Democrats have been saying for the last 4 years, right? And yet here we are. The S&P 500 at an all-time high.
Yep,
The
all-time
NASDAQ
high.
at an all-time high.
All-time
the Dow
high.
is up 400 points. And Trump just told Canada to kick rocks over the digital tax.
Let me pause this for a second. So Trump crashed the market twice low enough so poor people like us could buy a lot of stock. And then what did he do?
Minerals back to the United States. The same minerals we need for our phones, our cars.
That's
and our
Chinese talking about.
But weird. So where are all those experts at now? You know, the ones who told you Trump would destroy the economy and start a nuclear war over breakfast? Crickets. The only thing Trump is destroying are their narratives. This is what leadership looks like. It's bold, it's unapologetic, and it's pro-America, baby. Trump didn't ruin the economy. He supercharged it, and it's only going to get better from here. So while the left melts down on social media, the rest of us are watching our 401ks hit new highs, baby. Winning.
What a dickhead. It's well, there's a lot of that going on, and I mean he's just a nobody, but we put him up there anyway. We're gonna put this one up next now. Let me go find this. It's that's the only downside to doing it this way on Facebook. You got to do double page. Whoops, wrong button. I was inviting somebody there for a minute. Jackie Lee, you can join the room if you want. We don't mind. Sean only bites if you ask him to. Yes. He will bite if you ask him to now, but only if you ask him to. Hey, I'm just warning you. You know. What do you mean? Look, old guys have fun too, just in case you didn't know. I'll tell you that. Just don't get lost out there in the world, act like a dumbass. And know this, old guys know more than young guys do. So just letting you know ahead of time. Anyway, enough about that subject. Anyway, we're going to put this up. This is okay. Let me go back where I can actually read it. This is a whistleblower says he was pressured to back flawed Russia intel ordered under Obama. That's a coup. That's attempted coup. I'm not even sure.
It sounds like treason to me. I don't know if you call it.
Well, that's either one.
Word,
well, no, it's a coup. He tried to take an election. He tried to change the outcome of an election. That's a coup, and it's also treason. It's both. You pick which one you want. I don't think he cares at this point.
I don't think you have. I don't think you have enough evidence for an actual coup because they didn't actually take control of the White House.
No, it's attempted coup, not a coup, but attempted.
I think you definitely have him on treason, and treason is murder.
Let me put it this way: if Jan 6 was an attempted coup, this is definitely one.
This is definitely one without a question. But a true treason, if you're convicted of it, it's a 21 gun salute pointed directly at your head at Leavenworth. That's
the best part about this is neither one of these have a statute of limitations on it.
Yeah.
So just in case you didn't know this, lawmakers, we're going to click this up for y'all to hear. I don't forgot what this one was, but here we go.
The newly declassified annex to special counsel.
That's low.
Slider bar.
The Obama-era FBI failed to investigate credible intelligence indicating the Hillary Clinton campaign was orchestrating a plan to link President Donald Trump to Russia falsely, with indications that she expected the FBI would aid in the effort. The 24-page annex, declassified at the direction of Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, sheds additional light on what Durham called one of the most serious episodes of political weaponization in modern intelligence history. The release follows a recent string of disclosures from CIA Director John Ratcliffe and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who earlier this month declassified dozens of pages of Trump-Russia documents. These include intelligence showing that by the spring and summer of 2016, the FBI had acted as an accelerant to Clinton-backed opposition research, chiefly the Steele dossier, that falsely portrayed Trump as a Russia asset. The newly released annex contains memos detailing confidential conversations between then Democratic National Committee Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and senior officials at George Soros's Open Society Foundations collected in early 2016. According to the annex, a March 2016 memo referenced a Clinton campaign plan to link Trump to Russian organized crime to disrupt from her own email scandal.
Y'all talking about
August 3,
Elon.
2016, then CIA
Thanks,
Director
Hillary.
John Brennan briefed top officials,
This
including
bitch,
then
he's going to
President
jail
Barack
no matter
Obama,
what.
then Vice President Joe Biden, then National Intelligence Director James Clapper, and then FBI Director James Comey about the Clinton plan. That briefing was followed by a CIA
Somebody's
referral to
going
the
to
FBI, which the
jail.
Bureau never acted on.
They're gonna like you,
Former
Comey.
CIA
Maybe
Director
several
John Brennan and
somebodies.
former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper thoroughly rejected their role in the collusion investigation in an op-ed in the New York Times. While the pair admitted some critics say the investigation could have been handled better, they say multiple thorough, years-long reviews of the assessment have validated its findings and the rigor of its analysis. They noted a chief source for the investigation was a bipartisan Senate assessment of the Russia's report, which featured now Secretary of State Marco Rubio when he served in the Senate. The assessment found that the intelligence officials were under no politically motivated pressure when they made the Russia report.
Over there with his thumb up. Somebody should have shot that bitch up.
Wow.
So, I mean, the more you get into
Somebody's
this,
going
the
to jail.
worse.
I mean, there's no
I mean,
question.
the more you listen, the more you watch, the worse it gets. And we ain't even got into the good stuff yet. I mean, I'm like, cool, man.
Right kind of plot lines in like political TV drama shows. This stuff doesn't happen.
It's getting deep. I mean, it's looking worse and worse every time you hear something here, and now it's looking like Obama ordered it. It looks like it looks like collusion between Hillary and Obama.
And backed it and pushed it through back channels in the intelligence community.
So it was so they tried it before the election and it didn't work. So a lot of this they're talking about is after the election. It just gets worse. I mean, here you are. This is a sitting now president that's won, not sitting yet, but a president's won, and you're trying to ruin his career before he even gets in, saying the Russians gave the election to Trump. The Russians hate Trump.
The smear campaign, unlike any other perpetrated in any political campaign from the beginning of the country.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. Back in 2016, when Trump was running, why did all these people turn on him? I mean, what did they not like about Trump?
That was his public image. I mean, he had the TV show where he goes, "You're fired." That was The Apprentice. That was his TV show, and he got him a lot of money, got him a lot of recognition, and he was portraying a type of person that I don't think he actually is in real life, but people saw him on TV as an asshole.
But the main reason they didn't want him is because he was a Republican, and they had already broke all these laws.
He wasn't even a Republican at that point. He was an independent before he even really got going. And once he got going, he had to choose one way or the other.
He was a Republican when he ran for president. He was already a Republican. He'd switched parties from a Democrat to a Republican.
Well,
he won as a Republican.
He started his campaign, not as a Republican.
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he started it. I think he switched even before then.
Well,
they hated him because he was a danger. They had broke so many laws. We're just talking. This is the stuff that just happened when he was president, but there's a lot of stuff that happened before that Hillary had done. I mean, there's Benghazi, there's a bunch of other stuff that could have been investigated, like Benghazi. There's no statute of limitations in letting them guys get killed, because she could still go to jail for that. So there was a lot of stuff they didn't want him investigate. They kept him so busy with Russia. He didn't have time to investigate. And then his other people kept sticking people in there like Comey that, were against him. That was the whole point. He didn't know. You see, when he came in his time, he put his fucking people in place.
Right.
And that's why things are moving the way they are. If he could have done that the first time, things would have went the same way. He just didn't know how to do it. Now he does. So now he's dangerous.
Yeah.
And
he knows the Potomac two-step.
And the best part is one of the biggest pieces of information is coming from a fellow Democrat, well, a former Democrat, who now is in charge of the intelligence community. That's just got to be like icing on the cake for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, what is this? Read this document that proves Hillary Clinton okayed the plan to smear Trump with Russia collusion. We know that. So that's. I mean, this just went on and on and on and on. Oh, you know what I seen the other day? I wonder if this is it. So the Speaker of the House, is this it? I don't know if this is it or not. So let me find out. This guy is just unbelievably. Oh yeah, we'll let it play through, and then I'll let y'all hear it. This guy has got to be one of the nicest people on the planet.
And he's from Louisiana too.
Yeah, he is. Well, most Louisiana people are nice, but this is he. I almost cried when I heard this, man. I'm a big old boy too. I was like, damn. I was like, it can't be true. It can't be true. But he seems to be just a good old boy. It'll come on him, and I'm just letting it play through now. But he,
I mean, come on. Plus Kennedy from Louisiana, dude. I love him to death, man.
oh yeah, Kennedy's in. Yeah.
He's funnier now.
He's a good old boy too. He's he wants to see things get changed around. Let's see, this will change in a minute. It'll almost start over in a second here. So when I heard this, I was like, "No way, man!" I had to go research it myself, make sure it was true.
It's muted.
I am. Well, we're letting it play
to
the end. Then we're gonna start it over.
Mike in the comments. Why does America's third most powerful person still live in a 160 square foot basement? His name is Mike Johnson, Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. He's done 3 things that will make Americans forever respect him. Number 1, he donated his $223,500 annual salary to those in need. He also gave up his $250,000 speaker bonus and donated it all to flood victims. He lives on just $10,000 a year. The rest goes to housing support for veterans. So far, he's helped over 300 homeless veterans. Number 2, since becoming speaker, he's been even more frugal. He cut his office budget by $1 million. He insists on flying economy and staying in $60 hotels. He donated the $80,000 he saved to a local food bank. Number 3, his family's involved too. His wife turned their old house into a free cancer counseling center. They volunteer at local shelters on holidays. Even their kids go to disaster zones to help with relief efforts. True power isn't about controlling others. It's about using every penny to help those who need it the most. Do you think he deserves respect? Drop Mike in the comments.
This is the guy we want in charge of the money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a frugal bastard. I don't see nobody else in the Senate doing that. I mean, Miss Nancy Pelosi with her $189 million in the bank. It's
Speaking of banks, they were mentioning that there's an opening at the Federal Reserve board, and Trump said he has 3 or 4 candidates he's thinking of, and that when pressed on who they were, all he would say is they're just going to be honest. They have to be honest.
Well, yeah, well, that's pretty much a good one. Oh, let's put on here. This is Sean's other girlfriend. Let's get her. No, this is not Kamala.
The other Kamala.
This is the girl who kicked Kamala's ass several times.
Other Kamala, yeah.
Used to be on Fox. Was on Fox until she tried to put Trump in the corner and got her ass kicked and sent home like a little baby girl.
Yeah,
but I still like her. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say.
They actually think hate speech is unconstitutional. Okay, it's not. Just for those of you playing at home, it's not. Hate speech is not unconstitutional. It may be offensive, but welcome to America. We're allowed to offend here.
Fucking right we are.
So,
can you say that one more time? I just want to be sure everybody heard what you just said.
welcome to America. We're allowed to offend here. There's nothing more American than getting up there and saying the thing because you genuinely feel it, or just to remind people that's the beauty of being born here. There are places all over the world that would kill for that right. They would kill for that right. And people are trying to erode it right now in this country. It's the bedrock of who we are. And so if we don't fight for it, we will lose it. People today, they actually think hate speech is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not. Just for those of you playing at home, it's not. Hate speech is not unconstitutional. It may be offensive, but welcome to America. We're allowed to offend.
Yeah. Or welcome to News on the Flip Side, because we do some hate speech up in here.
We offend some pretty
bad. Come to the chat. We use it over there too. You know, y'all know fuck off. How's that? It's that's the thing though. I mean, one of the things we used to fight about, well, just 4 years ago when Joe Biden was president, or when Obama was a president, we used to fight about this. I mean, we kept getting thrown off. I cannot tell you how many pages I've lost on YouTube for nothing. It's the way I talk right now. It's amazing they let me on there, because in the old days they would have bounced my ass clean. Strike, strike, strike. You're out of here. Strike, strike, strike. You're out of here. You know, it's just, oh God. I'm just glad to see it's changed under the president, that things have gotten better. And you know what? We can do hate speech. And I say this all the time. You don't believe me? Come on News on the Flip Side, and I'll show you what hate speech is all about. You fucking bunch of assholes.
No, the thing is, you can say whatever you like about any one particular group or person. I mean, just you got to be careful about defamation and other things and slander and whatnot that they can sue you for. But your opinions are yours. You're allowed to have your opinions. You're allowed to speak your opinions.
Right.
What you're not allowed to do is you let your opinions incite violence. So if you incite, a hate speech on television and it becomes violent, your speech is not covered by the Constitution, and you probably go to jail for it.
Well, look what they're doing in England. They're putting people. It's not just in England. Germany, they're putting people in jail for it too. So some woman over there wrote on her Facebook page, got 2 years for stuff that we say all the time, don't even think about most of the time. And they did the same thing in the UK. I mean, what I say on Facebook right now, every day, I get in a fight with somebody or some bodies, I'd be in jail probably for a long time because I can be a real dick when I want to be. Why did I say the D word? Anyway, guys, I can't say anything better than that. So we'll just use that word and leave it alone. Oh, here's a Joe Rogan clip we're going to post up. Yeah, well, I couldn't think of anything better. Anything better than that would have just got me in more trouble. Like the P word, that would have just got me in more trouble. So not that word. No, the PR word. How's that? Well, you were going with the PU word, and I was going with the PR word. Yes. People, if you can't figure that out, you don't need to be listening to us, is all I can tell you. Go listen to, I don't know who to go listen to. Well, you go listen to Joe Rogan. This is Joe Rogan right here. We're going to pop him up right quick. He's always doing some crazy, stupid shit. So, yeah, he is. He can't help himself. He believes in, freedom of speech.
On April 22nd, you said there are some
My boy.
that are evil.
I'll take your word, Senator. I don't recall using that word.
Right, here's what you said. Quote, Justice Kagan, will she be able to control the opinion's future distortion by her evil colleagues? Who are you talking about?
Sir, I'm very skeptical. If it's a transcription, it was probably a transcription error. I do not think I said
No, you said it. You called some members of the Supreme Court evil. Now, which ones do you think are evil?
I would have to refresh my recollection. I've been very critical of some members of the Supreme Court.
That statement.
I don't refer to Supreme Court justices as evil
in
the classroom,
on
sir.
Your podcast.
On your podcast.
2024. And you're an officer of the court, and you're here advising us to be respectful of federal judges, and you say they're evil members of the United States Supreme Court. Gag me with a spoon. You're part of it.
Gag me with a spoon. You're too old to be saying that, Cannon.
Yeah,
oh my
you
goodness.
You gotta be blonde, 18, and from the 1980s.
Oh, I love this one too. We're gonna play this one too. This one, he's putting what's that fucker's name? Charlemagne. He's putting him in his place. And there's another brother putting Charlemagne in his place. He's not a white boy. Who said he's a white boy? Y'all gotta pay attention, people. Did I say he was a white boy? No, I did not. I said Charlemagne and this guy. I don't know who this guy is, but we're gonna put it up right now, and y'all can tell me who this guy is. Where is the right there?
Spot after having the most brutal response about racism in America.
In America, 60% of the shootings, the robberies, and the homicides are committed by black people, often against other black people. You can't blame it on poverty. You can't blame it on racism. It is the breakdown of the nuclear intact family, and neither side is talking about it.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong?
What do you mean, what do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
But there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe it.
You ever heard the term nigga wake-up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism.
I'm acutely aware, Charlemagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. And he came in here and told you you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
This man was
Ooh, man, that was cold, brother. That was cold.
Wow, Doug Himmelman, Jesus Christ.
That was cool, man. He said, "Nah, you ain't." He said, "You ain't bullying me, buddy. I'll show you what it's about."
Jesus, he took a full-on digging shovel and tore that guy a new asshole.
Well, this guy, whatever his name is, thinks he's somebody he ain't.
Sorrow named the God.
Yeah, he's a dick face, is what he is. I've asked him to come on any of the shows. I say, hey, look, I said, if you feel unworthy, I said, I got several black people on the network. I'll bring them on, make you feel more comfortable. I said, if you can't handle a couple of white guys, that's how I wrote the letter. And they wrote me back, and they said, oh, no. I said, well, we got far more listeners than you do. It might help y'all out. And he said, I doubt that. I said, oh, here, I'll show you what we got. And the girl's like, well, how many? I said, yeah, come on. You might help yourselves and get some more listeners. She, you got a white list. I said, no, we don't have a white list. And I said, only about a third of our listeners are white. I said, this particular show goes out to about 170 countries around the world. Yeah. I said, we got quite a few Asian. Yeah. We got a lot of people. So we got a lot of people in Africa. We got a lot of people in South America. A lot of people in Asia. I said, matter of fact, as a white boy goes, we probably the minority in this group. I said, well, come on, man. I said, what you telling me is this brother's a coward, is what you telling me. He can't take on old white guys. What you think? He's young. It's a young brother. I said, well, come on, tell him, come on. I said, I won't even use the N-word now one time, and I still kick his ass. And she said, oh, I don't know. I said, well, whatever. I said, it's a free offer. I said, we don't make them often. I said, we don't, bring on losers too often on our network. I said, but, come on by and hang out. And he's like, I said, you know what? I said, I'll go find the worst host I have on my network, and I will put him up against you. The worst. I said, he won't even know nothing about politics, and he will still kick your ass.
That's me.
No, that's not you. That's not you. You're not that. No, that's not you. You're not my worst host on the network by any means.
No.
Yeah, we have hosts with like 80,000 listeners and 50,000 listeners. they I put him against him, and they would kick his ass, man. I put a little earpiece in. This is what you say. And we'll pull a Kamala Harris on him. What's that, Jeff? Well, no. So George Soros is tied into all of this, but his son now dates Huma Abedin, and Huma Abedin used to date, what was his name? Weenie, whatever his name was, the one that went to jail for sending text to a 15-year-old girl, showing a nude is what we're doing. But the text didn't get him in trouble. It was other things he did that got him in trouble. Well, he's out of jail now, and his old lady's with this guy's rich. I mean, this is his son. He's a good-looking guy, by the way, too. Just as dumb as his daddy, though, when it comes to politics. And but anyway, they're looking at Soros as much as they're looking at Hillary. Now, he's too old. We ain't gonna put no old guy in jail. He's like a fucking 100 or something. Soros' alleged ties to Russiagate exposed and declassified annex of the Durman report. The more this report comes out, the more shit that comes out. I mean, it gets worse and worse and worse. What do you mean? You don't like the way I say worse? Well, fuck you. How's that? Remember free speech. I can say that. Yes. You don't want to know what I'm going to say next, so just leave me alone. How's that? Clinton deleted emails face new criticism. Of course they do, but they said part of the reason they did this was to cover up her deleted emails, to try to, because I mean Trump was using it all the time. Well, she killed all them boys in Benghazi. She deleted all those emails. She knew she was in trouble, and she knew she was in trouble, so I should delete them emails. So let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If a court asked me for my emails and I deleted them, you know what's going to happen to me? I'm going to fucking jail.
Probably.
Ron's going to jail. Jay's going to jail. That's destroying evidence. They put you in jail for destroying evidence. Oh, yes, they most certainly do. Now, they ain't going to be able to keep you for too long because there's no evidence. But they're going to put you in jail for destroying evidence because that's the way the system works. I didn't make the system, but that's the way it works. And if you would have destroyed what she destroyed, I mean, there was some serious emails we're talking about with Hillary. You'd definitely be in jail.
It was
Hillary,
like a terabyte, wasn't it?
it was a lot. It was a lot.
A lot of memory.
60. There was 70,000 emails altogether. Yeah. 40,000 of them were deleted. And she said, "Oh, well, they didn't have nothing to do with anything." And the 30,000 that were left, which were classified with the little, how to get the little emblem on them and stuff, had nothing to do with anything. Those could have been deleted. So all it tells you is she deleted the real. And plus, by the way, they're not allowed to do personal emails on their computers, on a Pentagon computer or on a what was she at the time?
A government network computer.
Well, what was she at the time? She wasn't a senator. She was something else. She was way up in rank. I forgot what she was. She was way the hell up there.
First lady.
No, no, no. This is no. This is after Bill. She got this job. She was
She was senator at the highest point.
no. She was higher than
no,
that. No, she was higher than that.
I know what you're talking about. No,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
she was higher than that. No, she was
She was in charge of the war room. I mean,
yeah, she was like, because I mean, she's the one that ran the Benghazi thing. It was like the DOJ, not the DOJ, the DOD, whatever the hell she was. But she was way the hell up there. And you're not allowed to put that on your computers. And you're not allowed to put your fucking computer in your fucking bathroom. Who in the fucking thought that was a good idea? You're gonna put a computer around water? Give me a fucking break. What kind of tech guy was this? He deserved to go to jail, dumb fucking fuckface. What do you mean, Gene? No, my computer's in there dry. Well, all my computers in now are liquid cooled anyway, because I like running high end stuff on them. And I got 36 and 24 computers running now. Yes, that's as fast as anything they got running at the Pentagon. It's but even I wouldn't put them. There's no way, man. I keep them dry. Matter of fact, I got an extra AC unit in this room. That's a window unit, because the big unit doesn't keep the room cool enough. Even with the water cooled systems, it still don't keep the room. Well, I don't keep it cool enough for me. So I actually have a deflector that pushes the air from the AC away from the computers and lets it roll back around. So any dampness in them is dropped off in the carpet. Because I'm not stupid. That's why.
Aren't we due for a break?
Oh, we are due for a break, man. Somebody take us to break.
I do have a song from Shawnee ready to go. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Your mom is ugly is all I got to say, Denise.
You guys ready?
I know. Yeah, go ahead, man. Take us out.
All right, here we go.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it, invincible. I feel it, invincible. Here we go again, I will not give in. I've got a reason to fight. Every day we choose, we might win or lose. This is the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, they say that I'm gone, they say that they're gone. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, they're counting me out, but this is my round. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it, invincible. I feel it, invincible.
Oh, this is how I feel when I join the UTRN family. Seriously.
How it should be, baby. It's how it should be.
You make me feel invincible. You make me feel invincible. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, not gonna stop. Invincible. Feel invincible. Earthquake powerful,
do you mean who picks our music? We pick our own music.
What's that?
Somebody asked us who picks our music for us. We pick our own music.
I picked it.
That's what I'm saying. We pick our own music.
Yeah. His wife is the drummer.
Who can touch me? 'Cause who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. Invincible.
The moment I loved our Subaru out.
Our Subaru got blown up by a fucking missile from Iran. We got a couple more clips. Oh, guys, no, we got a lot of this stuff. Well, we're covering tonight. The Epstein thing is tough because there's not much on Epstein, the files, other than you hear the Democrats, give us Epstein files, give us Epstein files, give us Epstein files. Well, you know, I was talking to a good friend of mine today who's a Democrat, and he's going, you see, Joe, you see Trump's hiding it. I said, dude, let me ask you a question. He said, what? I said, didn't the Democrats have these files? He said, no. I said, oh yeah. I said, Epstein died under Joe Biden's watch. And I said, Griselle, whatever her name is, she went to jail under Joe Biden's watch. I said, they had him for almost 4 years, dude, about 3.3 years or something. He's like, really? I said, did one time that the Democrats had all these files that were opened up in courtrooms and all over the place in their hands, in the CIA, FBI's hands, did one time they mention the Trump word? Did they? Anywhere?
Nope.
As a matter of fact, the only time I've ever heard Trump is by some crazy liberals writing it online. I said, I did hear once that him and his wife and his 2 kids took the airplane to his house, not to the island, but to the house. Other than that, there's no mention of him. I mean, I've heard like 27 times that Clinton was on the airplane. Like, I think 17 of those he went to the island. Obama was on the airplane like 19 times. I think 12 times those he went to the island. So, but again, just because you went to the island don't mean that you were a pedophile. It just means you went to the island. People forget this guy used to throw massive parties. But there's something screwy about him. He was a high school dropout who all of a sudden was doing some little shitty job, and boom, he was a multi-billionaire. Multi-billion. Dude, you just don't make billions overnight. How did that happen? He bought an island, a couple of big mansions, he had condos in a couple of places. Makes you wonder. Now, the Israeli thing, maybe he was an Israeli spy, which means you'll never find anything of anything because there's nothing to find. I think more likely he worked for the CIA and the FBI to get people when you take people in and you get them to do something, and then you've got them. I forgot what they call it, but
blackmailing them.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they got some other special name for it. But the thing of it is the whole thing stinks. And let's not forget the Florida condo where most of his shit was kept collapsed, and the FBI said nothing was retrieved. Yeah, and wait, it just collapsed like a couple of days before the investigation. And then in 2 houses where they went, because the island they couldn't search because it wasn't in U.S. waters. All the hard drives had been removed from the computers and destroyed. A bunch of paper had been burned off, and most of what they found was porn. Not porn of the kids, just porn. I've heard the DOJ from Joe Biden and from Trump say the same thing. It's kind of weird. So I don't know what we're expecting to get. And if you're expecting to get Trump, it's not there because the Democrats would have used it. They would have used. Come on, they had 5 different places they were trying to put him in jail. 5 different places, and still they couldn't get him. And then if they would have had anything that led him back to Epstein's Humping Island, they would have went after it, but they couldn't do it. And somebody said, well, there better have been more people in there. I said, they didn't have to release the whole list, just a piece of the list. Or they could have just took a snapshot. Look, Trump's on the list. And blurred out everybody else's name and just let Trump's name go. But they didn't do that, did they? Because more than likely he wasn't. Trump just doesn't look like a pedophile. He looks like he could be a womanizer, but pedophile just don't think. He's got young daughters and shit. And there's one clip where they're saying, look, he's with
was a womanizer, and no one seemed to care about that.
Yeah, it's funny though. They got this one clip where they're showing him with this little 14-year-old girl, blonde, really pretty girl, right? And she's when they look, see, he's a pervert. I said, that's his fucking daughter.
Wow.
It was his daughter and his son. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And then nobody wanted to talk about that after that. I was like,
yeah,
what
but anytime, but even if it wasn't his daughter, anytime you see, there's not many. I'm not really recalling any shots of it, but you don't see any pictures of Trump near young women, and then
not on the least twin,
sniffing their hair or bending down close to whisper something in their creepy in their ear.
No, you're not going to see. What you see a lot of is these 20-something, 20 maybe 30-somethings. Surrounding him when he comes in somewhere, bouncing up around, and you see Trump looking forward and walking forward. He's got other things on his mind, and he's had some really hot wives. So, I mean, look what he's got right now. Would you trade that in for a 25-year? I don't think so.
Fuck no.
I mean, this woman's got class and style and money.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, no, I wouldn't be trading her in, and she supports her husband in ways that a little 25-year-old couldn't do. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying he wasn't a womanizer when he was young. Most rich people are. Rich men, he was single in between his wives. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect by any means.
Who is?
What do you mean was I a womanizer? Oh, man, I was bad when I was young. Thank God I got married, man. Ooh, man. I was a dog. I was like, I was constantly barking at bitches. Now, actually, I can honestly say this. In my 60-something years of life on the planet, I have never asked one woman out. Not one. I've never asked her. I've been asked out a lot, but I've never asked a woman out on a date. Not one. I was very fortunate when I was young. I was very good looking. And I came from a wealthy family. I had a car. I had my first car at, 15? And so I was very lucky, and women were always asking me out. And then when I met my wife, she sent a cop with food to my store to say hi to me. I went down and seen her, and next thing I know, we were happily crazy couple for now 42 years, 43 this year.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations.
Yes, that's because she's meaner than I am. That's all. Bitch, where you going? She's going. Where do you think you're going nowhere, baby? I'm staying right here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm looking down here at the banner, and it says something about us. Trump wants to give everyone $2,400.
Yes, he does. So originally Congress wanted to give us $600. That's what Congress wanted to give us. And Trump said, well, look, I'm bringing in $15 trillion. Why don't we give everybody in the United States $2,400? We're going to get a stimulus of some kind. I just don't know what it's going to be. Well, you can do the math. 24 trillion times 350 million. Well, I'm sorry. How many people are under the age of 18? At least 50 million, 60 million. So it's going to be 24 million times, I don't know, 290 million, something like that. Or 600 times. He wants to do more. He thought 600 was cheesy. His words, not mine.
Well, what about Doge's promise of like a $5,000 stimulus?
We ain't getting 5,000, but we might get 2,400 each. But think about that. If you got two people, a husband and a wife, that's 5,000 anyway. So they want to give us money for.
To come?
I don't know. They won't say. I'm thinking they're gonna wait like just before Christmas or something and drop it out and let everybody go shit crazy spending money and blast the thing up.
Yeah, it's probably going to be October-ish or Thanksgiving dinner night, Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that. Well, Jack, I don't know for sure. We've talked about this, but we're not the one. We're not the ones that can say when it's going to come out. I'm sorry, guys. So we're going to play this little clip, and then we're going to play Sean Hannity in a minute. What is this one right here? So. Oh, this is the one. This is Dem Governor Barry's cocaine investigation documents.
Marion Barry?
Yeah, this is the one for in the White House. She buries it big time. She didn't want anybody to find out about the cocaine that belonged to who. To Biden. Well, not to the old man Biden, to the other Biden. But they should have gave it to the old man Biden. He might have been better off. Who would be zinging around the White House? So, God damn, what got into him? What are you talking about, Chris? No, you can do cocaine when you're old. Probably kill you, but you can do it.
Yeah,
So
might
let's
blow his heart out. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
Too
let's
much of it.
let's play this Kennedy one first. It's just a little short one. Kennedy's crazy. This old bastard, he is crazy.
Yeah, he is, man. I love him to death.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
I do.
I get him confused because there's a Kennedy and a Kennedy.
Okay.
And I think he's a Kennedy and the other one's a Kennedy. I don't know. Anyway, I flip flop their names all the time. And what does it say on here? Senator Kennedy. Okay, so that's the argument's over with. Let's see, where is it at? Let's go back and find myself. Pop it up there. There he is. Look how cute he is. He is so cute.
He's funny.
Oh, this is really short. So here we go. Clip on.
The truth bomb on live TV, and the left is already scrambling.
You're getting rid of $5.5 million to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex advocacy in Uganda, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe we're arguing about this. We're not denying life-saving care to anybody, are we?
No, and $10 billion would remain for that funding.
Oh, listen
Senator
to that.
Kennedy-
Y'all heard that, right? Remember how everybody was saying
$10 billion more. Jesus Christ.
well, no, see, the lefties were saying that we had stopped life-giving care to around the world, and that people were dying, and people, even what's his name from U2 got on TV and said we were killing people. No, he said no. That $10 billion was left for that. That's what he was saying. That none of that money had been touched. So in other words, it was one big fat ass lie, is what it was. But what else? I don't even know what to expect from the Republicans anymore. It's hard being a centrist because the Republicans just don't even try to tell the truth anymore. They just oh wait, Trump's new test. We're gonna come. Wait, we might listen to that first. Hold on, let's go listen to this first. Then we'll come. Hannity, we're gonna come back and listen to you in a minute. Let's see. Okay, let's stop. Put that on. Okay. We don't care about your colon cancer, baby.
For colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive. No prep.
I'm gonna charge these colon cancer people. I'm just telling y'all.
Those at high risk should use colonoscopy.
They're gonna get a bill.
Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
So the White House unveiling its historic new tariff plan just hours before.
Oh, this is the test. I thought this was the other one. No, we don't care about
getting
this.
hit harder than others. Senior White House correspondent Peter Ducey, I gave a pregnant pause there to set Peter up even more. Peter Ducey with the details. Hey,
Ducey,
and President Trump
Ducey, we don't care about you.
His father was Steve Ducey. He was the local reporter for the DC Channel 4.
Okay, let's see. Can y'all see Hannity up there?
It's spinning now as a commercial.
All right. Well, we'll leave the audio off while the commercial's on. Oh, another colon commercial.
Cologuard,
Yeah. People, whatever y'all want to do, get your colon checked out.
The only company that I know that wants you to shit in a plastic bag, seal it up, and send it to them.
And tonight, a reckoning at the Democratic Party and the legacy media mob after years of lies, conspiracy theories, public corruption.
John must be having orgasms. Him and Trump both probably having orgasms over this.
Elites on the left, they have been totally exposed. Coming up, we're going to show you the latest insanity from the woke mob's war on.
Oh, I like this girl. I like this commercial with this blonde chick. Can't believe they're giving her shit.
Kamala Harris is forcing her way back into the spotlight. Her word salads are worse than ever. Take a look.
Poor Dougie.
You're blowing the lid off of Doug? What's going on?
For example, my birthday's in October. The election's in November.
She is so fucking
See where
drunk.
I'm going.
What was she saying there? I'm lost.
I think you should take a moment
About
as a
her
public
birthday
service and
in
thank Donald
October.
Trump for winning this election. Not only did he stop both Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton from ever becoming president, but thanks to President Trump's sanity is now returning to our nation's capital.
Yeah.
Now, think about what we all endured over the last decade. For starters, almost every Democrat, every bureaucrat, every so-called journalist peddling lies, conspiracy theories as fact. In reality, Trump, Russia, collusion. Russia.
Russia, Russia, Russia. I remember
According
that.
to a recently
Did he
declassified
shift? Russia, Russia, Russia,
material from the
Russia.
Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, there was no
I
evidence that
think
Russia
Shitty Shift
was
used to go home and do bad things to
win in
itself after this.
2016. None. That was the original assessment 6 weeks after the election. It was one big hoax. Well, bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC.
Do you know if I had $1 every time he freaking said that, I'd be
As
rich?
a Hillary Clinton bought and paid
I know.
for dirty Russian disinformation dossier.
Let's put Hillary in jail.
And based on the newly declassified annex from the Durham probe, it was even approved by Hillary Clinton herself and then implemented with the help of then President Barack Hussein Obama, the CIA, the FBI. There is now a massive trove of hard evidence that, yep, Hillary Clinton, powerful federal bureaucrats, and maybe even
Let's see if they can get
Obama
hitting
worked in
Clinton to turn on Obama.
Russian disinformation
Oh, that's scary
from
looking.
the Clinton campaign. Why? First, to delegitimize Donald Trump's 2016 win, but first to prevent him from winning, but then to hurt his presidency. And of course, the people mentioned
It did hurt his
in those
presidency,
newly
too.
declassified emails, they are denying any and all wrongdoing. And so is the Soros-linked Open Society. But in 2020, Hillary Clinton couldn't help but brag that the Russia hoax tainted Trump's 2016 win, while also claiming, oh, I have nothing at all. I did not have a single thing to do with that hoax, not one little thing.
He's doing Bill.
Take a look.
It is a sign of such desperation by the Republicans. And it also is a reminder that Donald Trump knows that the Russians helped him win in 2016. And that is almost the biggest reason he wants to, go back to it time and time again, because he can't come to grips with the fact that there will always be an air of illegitimacy around the 2016 campaign.
That's not Hillary there.
And he also is always trying to change the subject, trying to
That's somebody
somehow
else.
cast aspersions on anyone.
It just might be her without any makeup on.
Subjects for aspersion casting, but
Yeah, that's
mostly
definitely her.
it's just pathetic.
Now, in reality, both the Clinton campaign and the DNC, they were forced to pay a large fine for violating campaign laws after attempting to hide their funding of the dirty Russian disinformation dossier. So why would Clinton try to obscure payments for the dossier? The answer is obvious. This wasn't just some kind of political ad campaign. No, a coordinated effort across the federal government, and of course, with their complicit.
That's what makes it so bad. They
friends and
weaponized
legacy media
the
mob
CIA
to
and
paint
the,
Donald Trump as a
Fed-
Russian
and
plant,
the
which he
FBI.
never was, despite any
Right, and the court
real
system.
evidence, just a debunked lie.
Now they've got whistleblowers coming out and saying, "Hey,
Donald Trump won in spite of all
one of the
of this,
whistleblowers, though,
and it
two of them
involved
said
an
Obama
effort
directly
to
tried to put
sabotage
pressure
his
on them not to say
presidency.
anything."
And he had to deal with all of these lies, all of these conspiracy theories for pretty much his entire first term. This dirty Russian disinformation dossier was even used as, quote, evidence to obtain not one but 4 FISA court warrants to secretly, to ruin Carter Page's life and then backdoor spy on the Trump campaign, his transition team, and of course his presidency. And we'll have more on that in a moment. But naturally, the New York Times, remember, they got a Pulitzer Prize for getting almost everything wrong. They're busy trying to cast all doubt on all the new evidence coming from Tulsi Gabbard, coming from John Ratcliffe, coming from the Durham Annex. In fact, they're now going back to the well one more time, and they're calling it Russian disinformation yet again. An article out today, quote, Clinton plan emails were likely made by Russian spies, declassified report shows. Okay, I've got this article right here in front of me. Only problem is the declassified report did not show that. Nowhere in the annex, nowhere does it state the declassified emails were likely made by Russian spies. Instead, the annex revealed that, quote, Durham consulted the FBI, which assessed that the information was likely authentic, but they couldn't corroborate exact copies of the Bernardo emails with Open Society foundations. That CIA also determined, by the way, the intel was not the product of Russian fabrications. These are career senior intel officials not the heavy brass that had a political agenda. And at this point, is anyone surprised? The New York Times, the same piece of garbage newspaper that won a Pulitzer Prize for reporting the Russia hoax and peddling these lies, not once, not
I would
twice,
sue
but over and
the
over
Pulitzer
again.
people if I was
Peddled it
Trump.
day in and day out. The same New York Times, that won a Pulitzer Prize for their effusive praise back in the day of Joseph Stalin and the Soviet Union. They don't care about the truth. For them, it's all about the agenda and power, and that agenda always lines up perfectly with the Democratic Party. Now, in 2016, it appears that almost every powerful entity was operating as one, all against Donald Trump. There was Clinton,
And he still won.
Brennan, CIA, FBI, Mr. Higher Honor himself, James Comey, who couldn't seem to explain why he hid the true nature of the dossier from President Trump. You might recall.
Did you tell him that the Steele dossier had been financed by his political opponents?
No, I didn't even think I used the term Steele dossier. I just talked about additional material.
But did he have a right to know that?
That had been financed by his political opponents? I don't know the answer to that. It wasn't necessary for my goal, which was to alert him that we had this information.
Mr. Higher Honor. Everyone seemed to be on the same page, pushing the Russia hoax for years. Look at this new report from justthenews.com. Even then Vice President Joe Biden, quote, publicly linked Donald Trump to Vladimir Putin right around the same time that Hillary Clinton reportedly signed off on the Russia hoax. And again, none of it was true. Where's the apologies? Where are the retractions? Does anyone on the left or in the government or in the legacy media mob, did they regret anything? The closest we got to an apology when Senator Lindsey Graham asked the people that actually used that Hillary Clinton bought and paid for Russian disinformation dirty dossier as the basis, bulk of information for 4 FISA warrants, if, knowing what they know now, would they do it again? These answers are priceless. Take a look.
If you knew then what you know now, would you have signed the warrant application in June of 2017 against Carter Page?
No, sir.
Okay. If you knew then what you know now, would you have signed the warrant application?
No, I would not.
Well, I believe you didn't know that what you signed was wrong. The question is, if you had known, you wouldn't have signed it. Is that correct?
No, if I had known that it contained incorrect information, I certainly wouldn't have signed it.
Knowing then what you know now about all the things that we've come to find, would you have still signed the warrant application against Carter Page in October, January, and April?
This old guy.
No, I would want a much more complete understanding of what we were.
Thank you very much.
It's not going to help you none.
I got to run, Joe. I got to run.
All right, dude.
I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow
Good,
night.
baby.
Okay, Sean. Take care,
Cut me
man.
one of them tomahawks while you're there.
I will do that.
All right, let's see. Oh, what we got here? Is Tulsi Gabbard saying anything? I love some Tulsi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Vaseline that you can eat. Okay, you
Yeah,
can keep that for yourself. I don't know who. No, I don't think there's an audio clip to this. I just seen the ad. People, don't ask me about it. I'm not eating Vaseline. I'm just telling y'all. You know who might do that? Diddy. Diddy might eat some Vaseline. I'm just saying.
Yeah, especially the new Tootsie Roll flavored one.
That's Uncle Diddy, man. Uncle Diddy. I think we listened to this. Let me see. The 5 billion commercials they got. When the internet started and all this stuff was on the internet, there was never commercials. Now there's commercials everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
What do you mean? Do we play? We try not to play any commercials. When we play stuff, it's usually stuff off the network itself. You have to pay me a lot of money to get me to pay a commercial like this. At least 5 G's per play. Yeah, no, screw that. I think we heard this one. Yeah, Obama did forget to do. Obama somehow another man's forget to do a lot of stuff. Oh, now let me see if we can get this. This guy kind of surprised me. I don't know if it's an audio clip. I had heard one the other day, but let me see full article. Let me see where he's at. Is he in here anywhere? It's so this guy actually admits now that let's see, here we go. Let's pull it up. What's Jackie? No, we got all kind of stuff. We got tons of material. Half of which I'll probably have to delete out the archive for YouTube because they'll be going, oh no, you can't use that, Joe. Joe, that's bad, Joe. As long as they don't give us strikes, I'll be okay. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, there I am. I'm the duck. Duck here, duck there. I can't sing that song on air. It's really a bad song. Bad song. bad. Right, bad song. There we go. Put this up here. Okay, Fox, thank you for this link. Okay, la. Oh, at least it's not a colon commercial.
Huh.
Skip the ad, thank you.
18 past the hour now. I want to get to this because the countdown is on for Moscow. President Trump hardening his deadline for a ceasefire in Ukraine and said this on Air Force One.
You mentioned that you would change the Russia deadline to 10 to 12 days. Has that started yet, or when can we see the official statement that is the new deadline?
I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you now. Do you want a big scoop?
Yes, please.
Everybody else, close your ears, okay? You ready?
I'm ready.
10 days from today.
Got it.
We're going to put on tariffs and stuff, and I don't know if it's going to affect Russia because he wants to obviously probably keep the war going. It may or may not affect them, but it could.
Let's bring the Senate Majority Leader John Thune for this and more topics. And Senator, thank you for your time. It's good to have you on our program. Welcome.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Dana.
So just looking at this, Putin has said nothing in response to this threat. And Medvedev, who for a time was a leader that called it a step toward war, and then he said threats like these make him look like Joe Biden. What does Russia do?
There's a big difference, though, Bill, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, believe me. And I think the Russians know, and obviously we'll find out that he means what he says. And I think that's having a policy of peace through strength that you actually back up with strength is something that we've seen consistently from Donald Trump and his administration. So the Russians are, as you would expect, I mean, they blow hard on all these things. But the truth is, if in fact the president moves forward with sanctions on Russia that put penalties on people who do business with Russia, that's going to have a profound impact on them and their economy. And I think they know that. So I hope that brings them to the table, but the president is, I think, prepared to do what's necessary to bring peace to that region.
Just blow up Moscow, fucking be done with it.
To add the sanctions that hopefully will put.
We know where all their damn silos are. Let's take them out.
Because President Trump in that statement says he doesn't know if it will affect them. Is there an appetite in the Senate, even from a bipartisan standpoint, for there to be more aggressive action so that it does affect change sooner?
There is, Dana, and I think, as you know, Lindsey Graham has a bill that has 85 plus co-sponsors on it. We're prepared to move here. We're, of course, waiting on the White House, and I think the president, he, as I said, has, I think, good instincts about how to deal with these types of people and these types of issues, and his ultimate goal is to get peace in the region. We want to support him and be good partners in that, and if necessary, we will move, and we can move very quickly on a Russia sanctions bill. So we'll see what the next few days brings, and obviously he put something out there that we'll see the Russians react to soon.
Okay, let's get to this other topic because Truth Social was posted a short time ago. This is trying to get judges confirmed through the Senate, and he went off. He said Senator Chuck Grassley out of Iowa must step up like crooked Joe Biden did when he openly broke at least 2 times the blue slip scam, and like others have done over the years, and let our great Republican judges and U.S. attorneys be confirmed, all caps. He should do this immediately and not let the Democrats laugh at him and the Republican Party for being weak and ineffective. So you know what the rule is. If there's one member of the opposite party in the Senate, you can't move forward. Do you see a way around this as the president would like?
Well, Bill, look, I think the blue slip is something that's been honored by both sides, and it hasn't been violated by either side. And frankly, for that matter, it was used extensively during the Biden administration to block some really bad Democrat nominees to district judgeships. And in fact, as a good example of this, Mike Rounds and I, 2 Republican senators from South Dakota, were able to get a Republican judge into South Dakota, district judge, for the first time since the Reagan administration that we've had a Republican judge under the Biden administration. through use of the blue slip process. So it can be used in a way, obviously, by both sides when they're in the White House in power, and it can be used by the minority as well. But I think it's something that has served at least Republicans well in the past, and it's something that when Republicans and Democrats, either of whom has the majority at the time, both have honored. And I think Chuck Grassley done a great job. We just confirmed a circuit court judge last night. Emil Bolvie is now serving on the circuit court. He did 3 Supreme Court justices.
Put some young people in here, dude. Come on, this guy's got like 1 foot in the grave.
And he's going to do everything he can to advance these judges. And we're going to work with them to make sure that that happens. And we get those people installed. And there are a number of vacancies right now we have to fill.
All right, Senator John Thune, thank you so much. We will be in touch with you as
This ain't even the story we were looking for.
soon, but you will still be working. Thanks for being here.
So anyway, shut up, people. Anti-Trump New York Times columnist admits president is much more successful than expected. This is see, that's what
these players are having to retract their statements.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, and he's a New York Times columnist. He's not the only one. There's been a lot of lefties who have come out and said, Trump has turned out to be way better than we thought he was going to be, which is nice. I mean, not all of them. You're not going to see Nancy Pelosi or shitty Schumer, or you may even, or what's his face, the one that AOC is trying to get his seat, it's Chuck Schumer and shitty Schiff. Yeah, you're never going to hear shitty Schiff say anything nice. Chuck Schumer, maybe not. There you go. Trump backs $2,400. That's a $2,400 tariff rebate checks and surprise win for American families. I don't know if there's an audio clip for this or not. We'll go see. He likes giving us money. He did not when he was last president, like 3 times. I know I got $1,000 a week from the man for all kind of weeks. And then I got $600 a week from the man. I was all happy. Hey people, free money is free money. That's all I got to say. And it's hard to get free money in this world. It's and I'm retired now, so I'm happy with any free money. Yes, I'm retired. Please donate to the network. Yeah, I'm retired. You're retired means I don't have my construction company anymore. I sold it. Yes, I'm retired. What's this guy doing? Let's see what this guy's doing. Let's pull him up and see what he's talking about. What? No, we ain't got long. We only got like a half an hour, people. Not even that, like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, Fridays are a late night show, and Jay and Sean work late. Or they get up early and work late before they even come on the show with me. What do you mean? We're looking for girl hosts. They're just scared of Jay for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not like he can reach through the screen and go. I don't know.
Ooh.
It's not that. It's what do you mean? Can they be liberal? If they want to come on, they can be liberal. Just
just know your stuff.
Yeah, know your politics. That's all we can tell you.
So this is not going to the hedge fund managers or all the Biden voters. This is not going to the Wall Street kingpins. They don't need any of it. This is going to the Trump blue collar voters, the people who Joe Biden crushed, the people who didn't get a raise under Joe Biden for 4 long years, the people who cannot afford their gas because Joe Biden shut down our energy, who can't afford their groceries because Joe Biden drove up the price of everything. And it is a message from us to them, from Trump to these folks, that he is here to deliver for them. I got the idea from the president. I mean, the president said maybe we ought to do a little rebate. Great idea. It tells our people.
Yeah, he said that a little rebate. How much fucking money did
we
he
are
make?
here
That's
for
a little
you, and these
rebate.
policies are going to benefit them. And we're in it for the long haul. These Trump policies are here to stay.
Well, there you have it, people. He wants to give us money. And at the moment, I don't think the Democrats can stop him. So he better do it before the next. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't think the blue's going to get in 2026 unless something major changes. I just don't see it happening.
This is a big scandal with the Republicans. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, they're this stuff with. No, this stuff. I think we're past this. What is this? Oh, we got to play this just for shits and giggles. Hold on, where is
Lefty's losing it or whatever that video is?
No. This is just something that's pretty. I was amazing to see this when I first saw it. Let's see. Is this it right here? No. Is it on here? Yeah, we can do it from here, I guess. Okay, where is myself? Boom. And boom. Won't let me make it any bigger. Let me see.
This is what the night sky on Mars looks like. 140 million miles away from us.
Yeah, it's badass.
This is Mars sky, ladies and gentlemen. It is stunningly beautiful. I mean, I was looking at it going, son of a bitch. Could you imagine seeing that night sky?
Well, once you put a proper atmosphere on it, it won't be quite like that. But yeah, that's still pretty badass.
Yeah, you know, it's well, they're in a different part of a different part of the solar system than we are, so they see things a little differently, but no, they'll still see some of our constellations and other stuff. It's just they got right now, there's no real atmosphere. I mean, it's very, very, very thin. Now, there is an atmosphere on Mars, it's just very, very thin. So you see everything. Look at the amount of stars you see. Remember, we showed y'all the other night the little half-inch slip that James Webb took that had 10,000 galaxies in it. How many galaxies you think just passed on there? A billion?
This is what the night sky on Mars looks like. 140 million miles away from us.
What the hell are those 4 stars? That look like alien ships coming to get us. Oh shit, man. It's just really pretty, and it's something that you're not going to get to see often, and most of us won't go to Mars. Well, I'm going, but the fucking rest of y'all ain't. Elon already said I could go. He said he needed good electronics tech guy, so I said I'll volunteer. Well, for someone like me or anybody actually over the age of 55, Mars is a good thing for you. It'll take the stress off your heart. You probably won't even need high blood pressure medicine anymore, unless you have a cholesterol problem. It's going to not just your heart, every organ in your body will now be, 2/3 less gravity on them. No, it's not quite that much, but it's 1/3, right? Is that what it is? 1/3.
I think it's 1/5.
It's
like that.
Because I always get confused. I know the moon's got virtually none, and Mars has got some because you can walk around, not get bounced off. But no, it's not near the gravity we do. So all your organs will be lifted. You'll be like, wow, look at this. So there won't be all that stress. So anybody with arthritis, because gravity's pulling against your joints, now it'll be relief. You'll be walking around. You won't have to walk upstairs. You can just lift up, pull yourself up, or jump up to the next floor. You'll probably add 20 to 50 years to your life, guys. Oh, yeah. So let's say you're 70 and you might live to be 120.
Which is what our max.
You know, so, I mean, and then that's not if somebody don't come up with drugs while you're there. And get this, you know how it pulls all your face down in your body and gives you wrinkles? A lot of them will go away. You'll look younger. You'll feel younger. I know, huh? I can see a lot. And the best part for Elon and people like that is he'll be getting the cream of the crop. People with 70 years of experience will be going to his colonies. Mm-hmm. People here that are just retired now, not doing nothing, they will be going and having a fulfilling life again. I know, it's crazy. Well, I'm about the only one talking about it. And I've heard a couple of doctors talking about it, but for the most part, they're like, oh, no, Mars will kill you. Well, yeah, you dumbass, but, don't have any pressure. And you can't breathe out.
Yeah, until we change the atmosphere, then it will.
Well, if they do, so if I remember, the current plan is to put those chopper machines out there that eat up dirt, and they burn dirt and turn it into carbon, which at first all it will do is thicken the atmosphere so that you won't have to wear pressure suits.
Yeah,
you'll be able to, but you'll still have to wear oxygen suits.
Right.
At least a tank. You'll have to have a tank, and you'll be able to do that. And then eventually, a lot of that stuff the particulate matter will fall out the atmosphere, raising the pressure, but also clearing the skies, so that you can start putting plants in. And there are certain plants that really produce oxygen, but what they really need to do is melt the ice caps enough that they can bring plankton on each end, and you'll have oxygen on Mars way faster than you think.
Yeah.
So, oh no, it's not gonna be in our lifetime, but unless somebody comes up with some kind of oxygen machine. No, it's going to be interesting to watch. It will get terraformed. Eventually, it will be terraformed. Somebody was talking about
Venus will be too eventually.
yeah, somebody was talking about reigniting their core because they don't think it's completely cool, but they think it's not really hot. And they were thinking they could probably reignite it with like one of George Bush's planet buster nukes. George Bush had ordered what we call a planet buster nuke, a nuke that would drill itself 2/3 of the way to the core and then explode, cracking the planet in half. That's why it was called a planet buster. Were they actually made? I don't know. I heard rumors that at least one was made. But they're badass and we don't need them on our planet. That's what they're designed for. So you could actually change it a little bit from Mars so it wouldn't crack it, but you could make all that engine be forced forward towards the core and reignite it. You mean the core on our planet? Sometimes the bitch just spins backwards. It's weird.
Doing that now, actually.
Yeah, it just obviously it doesn't do us anything, but it does. Well, it must go forward for a while, and I guess it's in liquid metal. You can't call it magma because that's not what it is. It's like liquid steel or something. It's not even steel. I don't know what the hell kind of metal it is, but it's metal. It's not a rock. That's what creates a magnetic field. The core spinning in the metal creates a magnetic field. Without it, we wouldn't have a magnetic field.
Yeah, so it's not lead because lead wouldn't make a magnetic field.
Yes, it's they don't exactly know what it is. They think they know, but then until they go take a sample, which they're not really brave enough to go do yet, they're thinking, well, do you really want to drill a hole all the way down and get into the metal, and then there's a hole where it can come up?
Quite that far yet. We can go far, but not that far.
I don't think it's a good idea anyway. Punching a hole into the no, let's leave. Let's just not fuck with the core of the earth.
Nature, you kill us all if you do that.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it alone. Let's not kill anybody or kill anything. What's that, Jimmy? We got a couple of minutes, so if you want to spit it out, you can go ahead and do so. Who? See, I don't know now. The more evidence I hear, the more I'm starting to feel like Obama could be in a little trouble here. Well, Jay and I have talked about this, and I've never really thought they had a shot at putting Obama in jail. But I'm not sure now. The more evidence that comes out, the more it sounds like the no good bastard could go to jail.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did they say anything about Pam Bondi having hold of this info? She's the.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Handed in 60 indictments. I forgot who it was. Somebody handed in a bunch of them. They want him to be brought in and questioned.
Well, so I guess if she hasn't said anything, we're just have to wait for her to make her statement.
Yeah.
She would be the one to bring the charges.
And they're saying that a bunch of these people are on the list. That they're not talking about Trump, but they're talking about a bunch of these senators and Congress people on that list. People, I'm having a problem with the list. Okay, don't get mad at me, but for some reason, I'm just having a problem. It's hard for me to think that someone as intelligent as him kept the list lying around that somebody could use to blackmail him with.
And all of his friends.
And which would probably get him killed, which is what actually happened. Somebody killed him.
Yeah.
All right. We're not going to argue whether he committed suicide or not. I'm not exact. I just have a problem with him committing suicide when he's being watched. And look.
Yeah.
If he committed suicide, then whoever runs that prison should be going to jail themselves. Because he was on suicide watch, in case y'all didn't know. Yeah, he was on suicide watch. So there's no way he shouldn't have been able to commit suicide. There's some bullshit went on there. You know what? Tomorrow night we'll find some of the links, some of the videos that show the tsunami. Yeah. Well, it was bad. It fucked up some cities, but it wasn't like what you see on TV tsunamis, 50 feet tall or anything like that. It was more like two waves of maybe 5 foot tall just pushing in. Pat Patel finds, Pat Patel, damn it, Patel. What the hell popped up? Why did I get his name right? Get off of my screen. Get off of my What the hell? Oh, sometimes I want to hit something and break it. It's so Patel finds thousands of sensitive Trump Russia probe docs inside burn bags in secret room at FBI. Oh, they got a link to this. We can play this. Guys. So you have to think that was on purpose. Whoever was in charge of burning that decided not to burn it. I didn't realize this, but there was a lot more people from the FBI and the CIA that were actually on Trump's side. They weren't so much on Trump's side. They were just on the side of law. And they didn't want to break the law because they know if they did and it came out later on, because they're little guys, they're going to go to prison.
Yep.
And yeah, well, the little guy always goes to prison. What are you fucking talking about? Yeah.
Hey, Joe, I'm starting to fade, man. So
Get
I'm going to
get out of here. I'm going to play this last link and then I'm going to get out of here myself. So I'll see you tomorrow night.
man.
Get some rest, baby.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yep.
Oh, no. Poor Jay's been up since like 4 a.m, guys. Oh, yeah. He's been up since early. He's a wee hours guy, man. Yeah. Well, when you got to work, people. So let me go ahead and play this up for y'all. Let's see what we got here. We got a spinning link is what we got, apparently. We got a lovely sports commercial. Dave Clark. Okay, Dave Clark, bite me.
But we begin this Sunday morning with the chance for justice, finally, and the DOJ's strike force, named last week to investigate evidence disclosed about the Russia collusion hoax, with a look at next legal steps as we continue to search for accountability for the biggest political scandal of our time. And after a bombshell week with DNI Tulsi Gabbard disclosing something this audience has suspected for a long time, that President Barack Obama may have been pulling the strings after Trump won in the November 2016 election, pushing a plan to muddy up the incoming president's name and handicap his new administration with a phony story about Russia. This past week, DNA Gabbard sent criminal referrals to the Department of
criminal
Justice,
referrals.
and the DOJ announced the formation of that strike force to evaluate the evidence presented. Coming up, the timeline to destroying Trump's reputation with the two men who saw it coming from day one while exposing the Russia collusion with Trump made-up fantasy concocted by Hillary Clinton and her 2016 presidential campaign. CIA Director John Ratcliffe and Trump Media and Telecom CEO Devin Nunes are here. Just days after Director of National Intelligence Gabbard declassified the House Intelligence Committee report prepared in 2020 based on then Congressman Nunes's investigation that the intelligence community did not have any direct information or evidence that Russian President Putin wanted to help elect Donald Trump in 2016. Despite the assessment repeatedly listed in the daily presidential briefing, then President Obama ordered a new report, which completely contradicted the original assessment. Here's DNI Tulsi with me here exclusively last Sunday.
The tasks that came out of that meeting was coming from President Obama directing the intelligence community, then Obama's ODNI director Clapper, to produce a document, to produce an intelligence assessment that detailed not if, but how Moscow affected the outcome of the election that had already occurred, electing Donald Trump to the presidency. This document that they published in January of 2017.
CIA Director John Ratcliffe will join me shortly. But first, a flashback to 2018 with me here 7 years ago.
It's very troubling. Again, all of this ties in. It's not just Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, Maria. What's important and significant about what Devin Nunes told you earlier is more than 70 witnesses appeared before the House Intelligence Committee. All of them were asked the same question. What evidence do you have of Russian collusion with Donald Trump or the Trump campaign? What evidence do you have of conspiracy? What evidence do you have of coordination? And they batted 1,000 in their response. These are folks like Susan Rice and Samantha Power, senior DOJ and department officials and intelligence and law enforcement officials. And they all said, we don't have any. So what we have known and what I want the public to see from these transcripts is that our law enforcement and intelligence communities have known for a while that there isn't evidence of Russian collusion with Donald Trump or the Trump campaign. The sooner the public finds that out, the better off we'll all be.
And joining me right now, back 7 years later in the Sunday Morning Futures exclusive, is the current director of the CIA, once again, John Ratcliffe. Director, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Great to see you, Maria. Great to be back with you.
And thank you for all of your truth-telling over the years. We will speak with Devin Nunes, who opened this up wide so many years ago. But I want to get your reaction to what we're seeing now with Tulsi Gabbard highlighting the truth here, as you have done so many years ago.
Well, Maria, before the intelligence community assessment that DNI Gabbard was talking about, and before Devin Nunes's report about that intelligence community assessment, before the Mueller investigation, before Crossfire Hurricane, there was this. In the summer of 2016, U.S. intelligence intercepted Russian intelligence talking about a Hillary Clinton plan to falsely accuse Donald Trump of Russia collusion, to vilify him and smear him with what would become known infamously as the Steele dossier. And Maria, this intelligence was so explosive that John Brennan briefed President Obama, Vice President Biden, Jim Clapper, James Comey, the entire national security team, telling them about this Hillary Clinton plan. Again, but think about this, Maria. That was in August of 2016, and yet it wasn't until more than 4 years later, in October of 2020, when I found, after an exhaustive search, John Brennan's handwritten notes and the underlying intelligence behind it that revealed exactly what happened. So for a 4-year period of time, the truth about the origins of the Russia collusion hoax was hidden from the American people. And unfortunately, Maria, as you recall, those same people were already at that point in time onto their next hoax, the Hunter Biden laptop. This was a month before the 2020 election. And unfortunately, what we saw with Joe Biden's election was another 4 years to be able to continue to bury the truth. And so it's only now, with Donald Trump having been reelected, that through DNI Gabbard, myself, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, all of this intelligence, all of this evidence that's been hidden and buried from the American people is finally coming to light.
Yeah. We just showed a picture of John Brennan's notes, and I want to go back to those because you just referenced them. These are handwritten notes that John Brennan took during that meeting with Obama and the other top lieutenants, where he writes that Russia is aware of the Hillary Clinton plan to tie Donald Trump to a Russia story. And these notes is something that you highlighted many times, that Devin Nunes highlighted many times. Is this what you're saying was hidden, these handwritten notes and the obvious story right then and there in the meeting with President Obama, where John Brennan was writing notes down as far as what he was telling and discussing with that team?
Well, think about it, Maria. During that 4-year period of time, think about the countless interviews that Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Jim Clapper, James Comey, John Brennan gave to the public, and testimony that they gave under oath about how Russia was involved in our election. And not one time, not a single time, did they ever reference what became verified intelligence, a Hillary Clinton plan. Verified, Maria, because in 2020, Hillary Clinton's own campaign manager took the oath under penalty of perjury in the trial of Michael Sussman and was asked about this plan and said, yes, there was a plan, and Hillary Clinton personally approved it. So all they did was talk about the fake Steele dossier, but never talked about the true intelligence, the true origins of the Russia collusion hoax, was that this was a Hillary Clinton campaign scheme.
Yeah.
Really incredible. And, Devin Nunes, your next guest, truly an American hero, trying to bring these things to light. And again, now we have the opportunity to do exactly that.
Yeah, he sure is a hero, and so are you, Director. Look, our audience knows this, thanks to you and thanks to Devin Nunes. Our audience is well aware of what took place here, but we want to see accountability. Many of the statute of limitations have expired. It's been almost 10 years for many of these folks who did this. But John Brennan testified to Congress, and so did Hillary Clinton, within 5 years. I think it was in 2020,
right,
and then again in 2021. Are those statute of limitations still live? Tell me if, in fact, we could see a criminal prosecution here, as you just the other day, 3 weeks ago, have in fact referred criminal referrals to the DOJ.
Well, Maria, so part of what came out last week was about how John Brennan, Clapper, Comey, they all pushed the known fake Steele dossier into intelligence community assessments and as the basis for Crossfire Hurricane and all that. But what hasn't come out yet, and what's going to come out, is the underlying intelligence that I have spent the last few months making recommendations about final declassification and sent that to the Department of Justice that will come out in the John Durham report classified annex. And what that intelligence shows, Maria, is that part of this was a Hillary Clinton plan, but part of it was an FBI plan to be an accelerant to that fake Steele dossier, to those fake Russia collusion claims by pouring oil on the fire, by amplifying the lie and burying the truth of what Hillary Clinton was up to. And you're right, Maria. John Brennan testified to John Durham in August of 2020. He also testified to the House Oversight Committee in 2022. Hillary Clinton testified before John Durham under oath in 2022. James Comey testified before the Senate committee in September 2020. All of that's within the last 5 years. And much of that testimony is frankly completely inconsistent with what our underlying intelligence that is about to be declassified in the Durham Annex, what that reflects. And so, you know, Pam Bondi does have a strike force. It is a different Department of Justice, a different FBI, and an opportunity to look at how these people really did conspire to run a hoax, a fraud on the American people and against Donald Trump's presidency. And so coming forward, we understand that they did this, but now we need to understand how they did this. And I think that's why you see the left losing their minds over this, Maria, saying, why are you spending time? This is vindictive. You're going back. This is Donald Trump, you know, seeking retribution. It's not. Donald Trump's election by the American people was a statement, Maria. They said to everyone, we know what you did to Donald Trump, and we reelected him because we know this was all fake. We know it was a hoax. Now we want to understand how you did it so that it can't happen again. And that's what this declassification process that we're undergoing right now, what's going on, why it's so important, and why there can be accountability and preventability to prevent these same people that did it in 2016 with the Steele dossier, with the Hunter Biden laptop in 2020 from doing it again in the future.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for indictments, potential prosecutions, accountability from those people who may have lied under oath, like John Brennan, James Comey, and perhaps Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's why I've made the referrals that I have. D&I Gabbard has made referrals, and why we're going to continue to share the intelligence that would support the ability of our Department of Justice to make fair and just, bring fair and just claims against those who have perpetrated this hoax against the American people and this stain on our country.
Director, one other question on this. Tulsi, as well as President Trump, used the word treason. Is there a statute of limitations on treason?
Well, Maria, what I would say is this, is there is no doubt in my mind that the people that we just talked about conspired. They conspired against President Trump. They conspired against the American people. And so I'll leave it to Pam Bondi and our Department of Justice, Kash Patel and our FBI to investigate the conspiracy to do what and what charges that they're capable of bringing. But again, I don't think statute of limitations are going to impact, because in the conspiracy, Maria, the statute of limitation doesn't start to run until the last act in furtherance of that conspiracy. And Maria, part of why this is so important is the people behind this are still furthering the conspiracy. They're refusing to admit or acknowledge what they did in 2016 and what they did in 2020 was wrong. And so, so I think that's why this is so important, and why I'm excited about what the American people will see very shortly and what's to continue to come.
We'll wait for that John Durham report and the annexed classified declassification and release of that in this week or in the upcoming week. But real quick before you go, Director, not only did the Russia collusion lie destroy people's lives, rip the country apart, but it also diverted energy and resources away from the real threats. So you have people like Adam Schiff, who is now a senator, completely ignoring the fact that Americans were relying on China for their critical elements that we need. For example, today, we rely on 90% of our prescription drugs for China. They're made in China. And so all of this was going
100%.
on, and they were yelling, Russia, 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 and in fact, not even focusing on the actual threats. That, in my view, is a dereliction of duty.
Complete 100%, Maria. Completely agree. And don't limit it to China. So the mess that we just cleaned up, the Trump administration cleaned up with regard to Iran and its pursuit of a nuclear weapon, what's happening in Ukraine with Russia that we've inherited, and of course, our greatest geopolitical threat, China. All of these people helped build China. They helped create the threat that China is, that Russia is, that Iran is, because they put politics in front of national security. All of these people are responsible for the threats that we're facing as a country right now. But the good news is, Maria, the good guys are in charge. And as Donald Trump is very clearly showing, we are fully capable of undoing the damage that they've done and addressing the threats to America by using law enforcement and the intelligence community the way it's supposed to be, to protect the American people, not to go after political opponents with fake, fraudulent schemes to maintain power.
Really, really important points. Director, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here this morning.
Great to be with you. Thank you, Maria. You're an American hero as well.
Ah, thank you so much, sir.
Well, there y'all have it. It's about time to wrap up. I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight. It's full of evidence. We got one more we're going to play, but not tonight. We'll probably play it tomorrow night. This is Russiagate with actual Trump involved in it. Russiagate should stain Obama's legacy forever, and that's the Washington Examiner. And but we'll play it tomorrow, so we're not going to play it tonight because I got to get some sleep too. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. You know where to find us. Please donate to the network. Helps keep us afloat. On that note, I'm going to say good night and stay tuned for whatever comes on next, which is probably a rerun. Well, sometimes we have shows, sometimes we don't. But I really do hope you enjoyed the show. And of course, as I always say, any moans, groans, gripes, or complaints, please write to Michelle DeRoche, courtesy of Michelle DeRoche. Good night, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.